Peace and blessings. Brother Cam, welcome to the Kam-Pain Trail. It is Friday, September the 6th. We are back live by the Most High God's grace and permission on Digital Soapbox Network. Man, shout out to Big Steel. Shout out to Doggy Diamonds. Shout out to Glasses Malone. Those are the people that got me here. You know what I'm saying? And blessed me with the platform and the freedom to talk my talk and walk my walk over here on these YouTube streets. Shouts out Big Steel. Shouts out Gangster Chronicle Podcast, MC8. You know what I'm saying? What they got going on. But yeah, man, it's Friday. We recapping the week. We tapping in. Letting it do what it does. BL Senior, number one. BL, first on the map. What up, BL? Mr. Fuentes, 323, right behind him. MT, right behind him. We in here. Friday. Friday in. Getting our Friday on. We ain't got the live cred. It's Friday. There go my mechanic. There go the cleaner. Yusuf Arline. Walaikum Salam. Got the wrench. Got the Midas touch. Just natural transmission straight off of here. Black Attack. Black Attack, I see you. Daryl Jackson, salam. We here. We in here. We in here. We on time today. Brother Cam on time. Oh, man. We on time. We got a few things, to go over. We be here at least an hour. I'm trying to learn how to wrap it up and get the little wrap it up B button and make sure we get out of here in an hour. But if we go over time, then I ain't mad. If y'all still down with me. 100 Black, Roak L, salute, Islam. Yeah, we right here at the beginning. So yeah, we just gonna go over the week's current events, top news stories. Of course, I got to give a shout out to all my Kiwi and Damu family that been doing some demonstrations, the past couple of weeks. The Comptons, what I'm saying, the Compton Damus, Pyrus that did their peace walk on Rosecrans, primarily from what I understand to promote the forward motion of peace, between Pyrus and Bloods and Compton, the treetops and the fruit town, not to get into no particular, because I don't really do that, but I'm as Mr. Peace Treaty, I definitely want to give those particular sections they props and they love and my support for that. That's the beautiful thing. It ain't nothing more beautiful than that. And it's different sections in Compton that's using that was present. It wasn't just those two sections. It was different sections that was also have a history of feuding, unfortunately, and they was there participating. So I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm super proud to be called y'all brothers. Y'all fellow warriors. And also recently, yesterday or a couple of days ago, the Kiwis, the Crips, did the same thing, you know what I mean? And, I've been hearing different reports, online reports that I shouldn't have been hearing, I don't think, but man, much love and much praise and much respect and much honor to my Kiwi family, my Crips family from LA County, actually, because it's LA and Compton, Watts, all of that. Those that, have the heart and the spirit to move forward and understand that it's just one first step. Ain't nothing. This ain't no abracadabra magic. Ain't nothing going. It's like the Million Man March. That ain't, that's just one step to show all the people that, that we actually willing to do that. It's a process. Always has been, always will be. But ain't nobody gonna do it for us. So to see the warriors and the soldiers getting out there and doing it and taking that first step, they got to start somewhere. And really, it been started before that. This is like the mid step because it took some first steps in behind closed doors in private to even get to this step. So don't get it twisted. We don't judge success by media or social media. That is not the process. By the time you see it on social media or mainstream media, most of the heavy lifting already been done. So don't fall for no, social media or media reports. It's all positive, it's all love, and it's all successful. It's all successful. So shouts out to the Bloods and the Crips. I got to admit it. Y'all brothers did it. I just hope it don't cease, and it won't, for the sake of all the homies that's resting in peace. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm down to do a whole show about that. I was hollering at some of my G bros from both sides yesterday and last night, and we're gonna come on here, maybe Sunday. I think we're gonna hop on here Sunday, some of us, and go over some of the stuff, God willing, but not not no sensitive information, but just giving props and praise and honors and encouragement for the process. It got to start somewhere, and it has been started. So I love that. EPA in the house. Palo Alto. Okay, that's what's up. East Palo Alto for sure. That's a difference. That's a section. Jamila, wa alaikum salam. Yeah. So what else? Marlon Wayans in our culture vulture friend Vlad TV. So Marlon Wayans clowns Vlad by proving his social media interview value worth by going on Shannon Sharp, whatever that Shannon Sharp's podcast is called, and doing 1.4 million views in less than 24 hours. Have y'all heard that report? That little story of Vlad, trying to publicly clown and air out Marlon Wayans because Marlon Wayans charged, as he should have, charged him $40,000 and 30% on the back end to do an interview with Vlad. And Vlad, was all in his little pink, all in his little feelings, because I guess he think he runs or is a G shot caller in our culture. Vulture got so full and fat. He's so used to people, throwing fresh meat on his altar. He didn't realize that he got to pay like he weighed. He didn't realize he was a Thanksgiving turkey and it's November. You know what I'm saying? He tried to run that with the wrong one, somebody that's actually a pioneer in this culture. The Wayans family, Marlon Wayans, man. So Vlad tried to air him out and clown him, like, what I'm saying, use his little platform to make it seem, and then was like putting out his pockets, like pocket watching and saying your career's on the decline and nobody in their right mind will ever pay you this and pay you that. So Marlon commences to go on to his brother's platform, his dark-skinned black original descendant of slave brothers platform, Club Shay, and tell the stories and the value that he has to the culture. I've seen some clips about him and Tupac and some clips about this and clips about that. I was like, yeah, he was there. He was there. So, salute to Marlon Wayans. Salute to the whole Wayans family. We all grew up on them. Priceless. Should have charged his ass $4 million for a video, an interview. Not 40,000. Should have charged that little demon, Satan, vulture, parasite, vampire $4 million. Yeah, run tell that. But yeah, he charged him 40,000. So dude got his panties all in a little bunch, and thought he was gonna call himself airing out Marlon Wayans, and Marlon Wayans showed and proved in the immortal words of the NOI teachings. Marlon Wayans showed and proved his value, while the Satan demon parasite vulture was trying to make us all think he was not that valuable. His career is on the decline, or he ain't been hot in decades or years or something like that. So apparently these YouTube streets says otherwise. So let that be a lesson. That's just the beginning of the end. You and your whole little so-called Rabbi Shmuley section people are on y'all way out. So run, tell that, culture, vulture. And speaking of that, shouts out Dame Dash. I seen that little, that little grill situation, what I'm saying. But I still, shouts out Dame Dash, who featured with me on my Culture Vulture record, diss record of DJ Vlad. Support America New. That's Dame Dash's media company, his television station company, social media and movies and other platform for all kind of other stuff. It's called America New, like spell America the regular way, but New N-U, America New Network. So shouts out Dame Dash. You know what I'm saying? We all have, them blooper moments. But yeah, it's all good. Right. Brent James, I see you. Let me see. Oh yeah, there you go. American Negro News. One of those bouncers, one of those security guards, one of those handymen with the wrench. We need everybody to hit the button, the like button. You know what I'm saying? Share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you're in the building, because we're going to get on to these free falling Cali. I see you, man. Thank you for the Cash App. You're always consistent. Much love and much appreciated. I might have to send you a wrench if you want to get on here. It ain't like I'm selling wrenches, but thank you. I got that free falling Cali. Thank you for the Cash App. But yeah, hit the like, man, if y'all would, please. And I see Brent James. What did you just say? What did you say, Brent? Yeah, he did movie. I guess he did a movie with Pot. Vlad missed that talk. He tried to call Marlon that. Well, Marlon, I think he does have like a rainbow offspring, son or daughter. I think a daughter. So he tried to call Marlon that, and Marlon, yeah, right. That was under 24 hours that he did that 1.4 million. So whatever it is now, I'm sure it's above that. But since we playing pocket watch and money number view games, he clowned him. Shouts out to Lord Jamar. Shouts out to Godfrey, comedian Godfrey. That was the first ones that really got busy on that little Satan back in the day with myself, but they was with him, and they defected and left that little vampire where in Transylvania where he belonged, and started their own podcast and Godcast that has been successful ever since. So shouts out Lord Jamar. That's my G. Shouts out Godfrey, comedian Godfrey. I love it. Big Yusuf R-Line. Get that ionic colloidal silver, westcoastcam.com. Yeah, I can't say that last part, but yeah, what he said, that part. Because they got some new little tricks up their sleeve right now coming down the pipe. I can't speak on that. But yeah, westcoastcam.com. Let me see. Can I pull this up? Let me see if I can. Video file. So this is fair use. Let me pull this up and see if I can fair use this right quick.
Oh, comedian Marlon Wayans sends his final message to Vlad TV after his Club Shay Shay interview does 1.4 million in under 24 hours. That's right, y'all. Now, for those who may have not known, right, about this beef between Vlad and Marlon, a couple of weeks ago, Vlad put Marlon on blast via Twitter after Marlon apparently charged him 40 grand for a Vlad TV interview. Okay.
As he should. I'm just stopping it just so I can chop it up so the algorithm won't catch it. I'm just playing it straight through. As he should. He should have charged him $4 million, not 40,000.
According to Vlad, Marlon also wanted 30% of the earned revenue that was made from this interview on Vlad TV. Okay, now that set, Vlad off, and he immediately went to Twitter to tell Marlon about himself, calling him crazy, delusional, telling him that no one in this space would be willing to pay this man 40K, especially considering that his career is on the decline. Okay, this is Vlad after Marlon charged him 40 grand for a Vlad TV interview, and here we are in less than 24 hours. Marlon does 1.4 million views. So far, they've only put up a couple clips, but listen, man.
Yeah, man. Shouts out, what's my man's name? Sensei Rip. I think Sensei Rip at Sensei Rip on TikTok. This is where this clip came from. Shouts out Sensei Rip. Follow Sensei Rip. And let's keep listening.
There's a demand for Marlon Wayans and his brand. Whether Vlad wants to admit that or not, simply because he got in his feelings after not getting this interview, listen, it is what it is. In the end, Marlon has a right to charge whatever number he sees fit. It's his brand, okay? He's a $40 million man, according to Google. That's his net worth.
40 million, according to Google, according to Sensei Rip. 40 million. Sound like he fell off to me because I know he's a pioneer in the fiber of Black culture and growing up. Him and his whole family. So I don't care if he was worth $4. He's priceless to the culture. He is the culture that this vampire bat is the vulture of.
And in the end, that's what Marlon worked so hard for, right? His contributions to the culture.
Right. So 1.4, he charged 40,000, but I don't know. I'm not really up on the RPMs and the CPMs of YouTube, but I'm pretty sure that 1.4 million views in less than 24 hours shot them RPMs and them CPMs up so high that I'm sure that made far more than $40,000. That's just what I think based on that type of content. But, I could be wrong. I'm sure it's public accessible information that we can find out if that made more than 40 G's. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful thing. NW Stance. Vlad is absolutely a culture vulture. Marlon Wayans going on Shay Shay podcast was a blessing to see. Wasn't that just the icing on the cake? The timing was impeccable. Oh, man. Monique Hill in Living Color, still hilarious. Do you know how many mega stars that in Living Color that Keenan Ivory Wayans gave birth to? Black and white and Asian. And this mangy buzzard, vulture, tapeworm, parasite vampire got the nerve to try to go there with a Wayans. Oh my God, man, what was this motherfucking demon thinking? What was this dude thinking? Right, first ghost, American Werewolf in LA, wherever he at in the valley. Yeah, so I would play Culture Vulture, my song, but they'll copyright it on here. Not strike, but they'll, I don't want to do a copyright. So when I post this, I just post a link to my video featuring Dame Dash, shredding DJ Vlad. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'm scrolling. Black Attack. I used to think Vlad was legit back when Lord Jamar vouched for him. Yeah, that's we all think they do until the right situations present themselves and they feel like they so anchored now, they money or they following is strong enough, then they're gonna let they're gonna take off the mask of brotherhood and culture and they're gonna show you who they really are. And what really did it was what always does it, which was Minister Farrakhan. Farrakhan is the litmus test. This whole thing popped off because of Farrakhan. Did y'all know that? DJ Vlad had DL Hughley on his podcast, and he decided that he wanted to lie on Farrakhan. And that's what kicked the whole thing off. That's how I got involved. That's what caused Lord Jamar and Godfrey to fall back and fall away. You know, that's what set it all off. Farrakhan has always been the man, the litmus test, the gauge, the scale to determine who's who and what's what. He gonna bring them out. That's the holy water. That's the holy water that's gonna show you who really a vampire or not, or who really a werewolf or not. So he spoke on it, and that's been the response ever since. Y'all taking for granted, Farrakhan, and his teacher and this nation is the spiritual godfather of our culture, spiritual godfather of the whole hip hop culture and the whole Black American culture, descendant of slave culture. So, it can be proven. Whoever disagree, and then we can get into why I've been calling out for this spiritual fade, spiritual showdown regarding this subject too, because now it's too extreme. I want to show some comments based on that, but yeah, it's all about being able to show and prove the unmatched accomplishments, records, value of Farrakhan, or the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan, a Nation of Islam, the FOI, the lessons, all of this that is yours. You know what I'm saying? It's not ours. It's all of ours. But if those of us that don't want to claim it, okay, that's on us. But that's why, if y'all seen my post yesterday or earlier today, calling for a spiritual showdown, like the Bible say, anybody that says that the NOI or Farrakhan ain't the way or ain't the one, or is the false this and false that, I'm calling you out. Calling you out. The same way the Quran tell us to call you out, same way the Bible, specifically Elijah. That's crazy. It's so beautifully ironic. It's so beautifully in time. Elijah and the Baal prophets, those that claim that they represent the real God. It's a whole big showdown in the Bible between Elijah and the people that claim they represent the real God. So Elijah was tired of it. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, let's do a showdown. Let's call down the wrath of God. Let's call down fire from heaven. You know what I mean? Down onto the altar and prove whose God really is God. So I did that yesterday, and then I put a separate little clip up today just to make it plain and remind you with just a few minutes so you can see strictly I'm talking this specific subject. And now if I look in the comments, people is upset now, talking about you don't supposed to tempt God, or that's not smart to tempt God. I'm not tempting God. I'm tempting you. I'm not tempting God. I'm not saying God ain't God. I'm tempting you. I'm testing you. If you say my God, it's not about, God don't exist. Ain't nobody saying God don't exist. I'm saying your God ain't God. Just like you saying mine ain't God. So it ain't testing God, it's testing you. Stop being a punk. Stop being a coward. If you really about this God thing, step up. And coming all kind of excuses. Somebody said, this is about the stupidest challenge I ever heard. I said, it's in the Bible. So you must think the Bible is the stupidest thing you ever heard. You know what I'm saying? Why is the stupidest thing you ever heard? Why I'm tempting and testing God all of a sudden? I'm not scared of what you scared of. I'm not scared of who you scared of. Oh, you crazy. That's too extreme. If you got to go that far, then I don't even know why I'm over here. With beat it. Deuces. Beat it. You coward. Yeah, this is what I'm on. This is what I do. This is what we do. Tempt God. That's supposed to scare me. What y'all just disgusting. Cowards gonna cower. And that we gotta do this demo. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not holy and super righteous. I'm not bragging on me. I'm bragging on my God is the real God. Just like you are. So let's see who's who. This ain't saying I'm more righteous or I got less sins than you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying no matter how much sins I got, the God I'm talking about is the real God, and the one you saying is my God is the fake God. So let's run that, man. So that's what I'm on. That's not religion. It's not religion. Y'all know, if y'all know anything about NOI and if you've been listening to me for the last few days, when I say God, I'm not talking about no Bible, spirit, Quran. I'm talking about an original black man that has the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, force, and power over the laws of nature, over everything in creation. A human being, a living human being that has mastered everything in creation. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Y'all crazy. Y'all pray to a man? Yes. Yes. Now what? We pray to a man. Yes. Who you pray to? I don't know. I pray to a force, a mystery, amoeba, energy. Blah, blah, blah. All right, well, that's called a mystery. You don't know who the hell you pray to. You don't know what you pray to. So whatever it is, you believe in it. So let's challenge it. I challenge your God. Challenge you, actually, regarding your God. I don't believe that's the real God. So if you ain't ready to run this type of spiritual fade, hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. If you're ready to do it, here go the link. Let me get this link. Because you must be new to this. Or if you're not, God might have been merciful to you, because he sure been merciful to me. There go the link right there. Anybody on this good Friday, this good early Friday, entertaining Friday, want to hop on here and go for it? Anybody want to go for it? There go the link. Hop on with me live. Let's go for it. Let's set this God test or tempting of God. Let's set it up right now. Look at him. Look at him screaming. Get on here. Why? I'm gonna block you anyway. So you may as well get on here with me or just get blocked. 81 Street. Get on here with me. That's just a weak excuse. You disagree, hop on with me and run this fade. Show your face so we'll know who is you. Tell us what your social media is. Pin this. We're going to take this little video clip, pin it to your social media so it'll always be there. I'm going to pin it to mine. And we're just going to go about our everyday business, do what you do for a living. I'm going to do what I do for a living. And let's just see what happens. 817 Street History. Hop on here with me. If you don't, then you use a weak, fake, coward representative of God. If you represent God, it's God business. This ain't gang banging street business. This is God business. It might seem like I bang it like that. I might do. Let me see how you bang it. Nah, let him stay on there. Nah, don't wrench him. I want him to wrench himself. Stick yourself, pretty Tony. It's in the Bible. You claim the Bible. This is how you prove it once and for all. It's in the Quran. You whatever you are. This is how we supposed to prove it once and for all. If it's really that, if you got that much of a problem with it, because I don't got a problem with it. I'm on here saying what I'm saying, but y'all the ones be in the comments with all of the BS. Then you Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Mystery Machine, Ghost Town DJs when it comes time to step up for the fade. Spiritual showdown challenge. I dare you. That's how I know you new to this, because if you was really with this, you would have been doing this already, like I've been doing. I lasted this long doing this for 30-something years. So get on here with me. They don't mean I'm right. God might just been having mercy on me and just like, I like you, man, but shit, I'm tired of your mouth, Cam. You think I'm really the real God? I'm gonna humiliate you publicly this time, since it's a such thing as social media. So hop on here and be the one that God proves that I'm wrong. Crickets, huh? What is I know it's hot outside. Is we at a campfire or something? Are we camping? Because all I hear is crickets and marshmallows roasting. If you hear this, fire alarm might go off in a minute, because my wife in here burning some food. So if you hear fire alarm, it's no coincidence, because there's some fire going on, metaphorically, spiritually also. Invent. If you can you explain how one would become a member? Just go to noi.org. noi.org. Can one of my cleaners, my muscle men, my wrench men put noi.org in the chat, the link? Yeah, I like to get busy quick. 107. I love that number. It's 107 people in the chat. No coincidence. Those who know. 107 people. If y'all don't mind, could y'all hit the thumbs up, hit the like button? Pardon me, hit the like button. Y'all saw. I'm gonna get on another subject because ain't nobody want it on this subject. The little Colt Gray. Y'all see the little Colt Gray? Y'all know who that is? That they didn't reveal his name and his race. That's why it wasn't really called a monster, huh? I knew when I first saw the hesitation of the European police that same few minutes or few hours after that thing happened at that school, the way that they were so hesitant about describing the carnage. I knew it had to be one of his little brothers. I knew it wasn't one of us. I knew it had to be one of theirs. Black Mud Stoneland. How far did Elijah Muhammad get in college? He didn't even get to middle school. He completed the third grade of grammar school, like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. Elijah Muhammad completed the third grade of school and went to the fourth, but never finished the fourth grade of school. And this was back in the early 1900s, or 1897. He was born in 1897. So maybe 1903 or 4 or something like that, in Sandersville, Georgia, in the segregated South, slave South, of third grade, fourth grade education. So how did he raise this nation up? How did he come with all of these high science and technology and theology concepts of creation, of Bible fulfillment of prophecy, of the science of everything in life? Who taught him that? Because it wasn't the slave master. It wasn't Einstein in them. It wasn't nobody, because America didn't even know that. America was still in a horse and buggy phase, right? Orville and Wilbur Wright, the Wright brothers, they didn't start flying. They didn't do their first airplane man test flight until 1908. There was no airplanes. There was no technology like this, right? So Who taught him? Who taught him? Right. That part. That part. But I'm gonna put some link. I'm gonna put a couple of links in this video to those men, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his history, and his teacher, Master Farrakhan Muhammad. Some interviews of Honorable Elijah Muhammad talking about that or them. Shark Ruffin, Walaikum Salam. Civilized 85ers. I mean, I can't civilize them, but I can inform them. You know, you can lead the sheep to water, but you can't make them drink. So I'm gonna give you the water. I'm gonna give you the water. I'm gonna give you the example of the benefit of what happens to a lost sheep when they drink this water. But I can't make you believe. You know, I can't make you agree. I can't make you do nothing. Yeah. Power play for real. Farrakhan Muhammad was said to be his teacher. It wasn't said to be his teacher. It was his teacher. It was his teacher. There's witnesses. Like, that's no mystery. Farrakhan Muhammad was present in Detroit, Michigan from 1930 to 1934, 1935-ish, 1934. So there's no mystery. He's not a mystery God. Yeah, you instantly get booted. Instantly get booted. Y'all missed that. Y'all with my wrenches, y'all missed that little diss on Master Farrakhan Muhammad. So there's no student without a teacher. Pac-Man, salute. Wikipedia said he disappeared. Is that true? Yeah, he didn't disappear like you looking at him and then he disappeared like that. No, he just, you know, nobody knows how he departed or where he departed or whatnot. In other words, if you don't see me no more, I get off of here and say, man, I'll see y'all tomorrow, but then y'all don't ever see me no more, and y'all never heard what happened to Cam. I've never heard he died, or, you know, that he disappeared like that. He was never heard from again. Cam, are you saying the Bible says Elijah is coming? Well, yeah, of course. It says, before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, I will send you Elijah, and he will turn the hearts of the father to back to the children, back to the father, and father's heart back to the children, lest I smite the earth with a curse. That's in Malachi, the last chapter of Malachi. That introduces, I believe, I forgot part of the New Testament, but of course, 100% is in the Bible. Yep. And like I said, I'm not here to do no Bible class. Some people don't even believe in Christianity or the Bible. So we don't even have to do it like that. I believe in God. I believe in God. So you don't have to believe in the Bible or the Quran or nothing. If you believe in God and you disbelieve or you disagree or you think that I'm teaching the wrong God, I challenge you and your God. Right? I challenge y'all to a public showdown challenge of any type of curse or, you know, any level of curse or deletion. That's what I'm on, like the Bible said. If y'all know the story of Elijah and the Baal prophets and the public challenge that he did, he was clowning them though. He was mocking them. Elijah Muhammad was mocking them. And then after he lost, he ordered his soldiers to go handle business on him, take them down to the lake and handle business on him. I'm not saying do none of that. I'm just saying let's let the Lord do it. Let's let the Lord do it. I ain't saying that. Lamanu, can I pull up to the panel? Of course, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Here go the link. The link is always going to be somewhere in the chat. But there it is again, Digital Soapbox Network. Please pull up. Yeah, I'm just reading at some. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's. I'm not. If you want, I'm not going to initiate no Bible talk. I'm just going to keep talking about what we talking about, some real stuff that we can prove. It's another little clip I wanted to show. FBA Dynasty. I see you backstage, but it say your device is not connected yet, so you got to connect your mic and your camera. There you go. You there? FBA Dynasty.
Hey, you hear me, Cam?
FBA Dynasty.
Can you hear me, Cam?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Big bro.
Oh man,
How
you got
doing,
it.
man?
Peace.
Yeah, I was just on a panel with some brothers today, and we was talking about Black unity, and we kind of took issue about the boy Spider Loc and Spody from Fodies going on American Cholo show and being kind of like clowned or made out of a mockery out of, and we didn't really think them was the right kind of brothers intellectual wise to be on there talking to them cats, because they were just gonna try to make an ass out of them dudes, right? And what we was talking about, brother Cam, is that like I respect all religions, even if y'all don't see the same views or whatnot, but we if you Black and you pushing for Black unity and peace, we totally with that. You know what I'm saying? We kind of on this FBA thing because we come from gang cultures in that way of life, to where you, as you mature or you get older in life, you kind of stick to the community, trying to make your community better and make your family better and make yourself better as a man.
Absolutely.
And we was talking about how American Cholo was, just brought them on there to try to undermine them, right? By asking them these way off base questions and not keeping it real when we were talking about Black and brown relationships, predominantly in Los Angeles County.
Right.
And I understand that you push Black and brown unity, but what we think that Spider Loc and Spody Face should have pushed more about Black unity, because you went down over there and sat down with them and got a nothing burger out of this situation, when you should, when we was like, man, well, hey, you got plenty of ops out here, right? Sit down with your ops, sit down with your own people, and talk about peace and getting along with each other and sharing resources and trying to merge the communities together so we can go on that side of town and not have to look over our shoulders. So you can come on my side of town and not look over our shoulders. Brothers from different cities, because I understand, and Watts have a different relationship with the Brown brothers than other cities. Other cities, it's a little bit more of a, of a pulling teeth.
Yeah.
As far as the relationship. So I understand where you coming from, trying to push the Black and brown unity, but before we can even get to that point, I believe, Cam, is that all the brothers just come from gang cultures. We supposed to be able to, stop coming at each other like we ops and have that same type of unity that the brown people show with each other.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of them
clean up our own yard.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get on. If I'm a Keyway, I want to be able to sit down with a Damu brother and talk about Black peace and sharing resources and networking and see if we can get creative on, he might have some things and have some tools that might help me on a business level. Right. I might have for him, even though he's a Damu, I don't want to look at him as a Damu. I don't want to look at him as a gangster. I don't want to look at him as a neighborhood. I don't want to look at him because he a Trey. Yep. Or he a O. I want to look at him as a Black brother, because we didn't been through all the senseless wars and going to jail fighting and scratching every time. And, you know, I have been in jail and in prison and seen us turn up way more harder on each other when it comes to, you know, having a discrepancy with them. We quick to make peace and tuck our tail and quick to fight each other and knock each other in the head before we get into a scuffle with them. So it makes us look weak in my eyes from the episodes I didn't see in jail or in prison or whatever. And instead of us coming together and, you know, talking to each other like how if we got into a situation with the brown folks, you know, while we can't have that same type of communication, we quick to turn it, we quick to get to a sit down with them instead of a conflict with them, but we quick to conflict with each other and make each other bleed like that. When it comes to another brother, we you know, I'm ready for that. You understand what I'm saying? But when it comes to another race, we want to talk it out and come to an understanding. That don't make no sense to me, man. That's why, you know, we trying to connect with different brothers in different communities that have, you know, that same type of mentality where, man, I'm gonna tell my younger homie, hey, man, fall back off that, you know what I'm saying, off that beef stuff like that, because all you're gonna do is gonna make it a generational thing where we're gonna keep fighting each other. We're gonna get less numbers and less numbers and less numbers when we're gonna be sitting back complaining like, damn, why everybody else got businesses and stores? Why everybody else, you know, this used to be a black neighborhood, but now it's, you know, it's a whole bunch of Asians, a whole bunch of Hispanics, because they more on code than we are. So that's what we trying to push. Let's clean our backyard first before we sit down with somebody else and talk about peace. That's all I'm saying. I want to know your reply, you know, your mind.
I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you 1,000%. And it's certain people that's qualified to do certain things, right? That's why you know, in the nation, the Muslim, you know, NOI or the Sunni Muslims that's behind the walls, you know, they got a different type of respect and understanding with the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? But if you know you got soldiers that's on some active, you know, type stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's not where you go. That's not who you send to represent the race or the, you know what I'm saying, or the nation. If we already, even if we going as Keyways and Damus and kind of separate like that, that's still not enough, really. It got to really be on some historical, righteous God, not religion stuff, but righteous history, like, you know, that go deeper than this local recent street stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Because once you get, once you get there like that, they G's that's doing life and our G's or whatever that's doing life, they into history, they into spirituality and history, and they know, like, you know what I'm saying, about the commonalities and the pyramids and the, you know, and the tribes and all of that. But us out here being victims, the youngsters out here being victims of this FBI COINTELPRO and keeping stuff feud. Like once it's on, you ain't finna be trying to study no history. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with what you got to deal with right there. And then, you know, like, to make a long story short, I agree with you 1,000%, and that's the value of the nation. The nation don't claim Damu or Kiwi, even though we from all of that. We from everywhere. Right. But they respect us. You know, I'm talking about the Mexicans. They got a certain different respect because they know we not coming from this certain angle, or we not coming from an undisciplined brotherhood or undisciplined army type place. You know what I'm saying? We stand on a different code. You know, the street thing is a different code. That's you know, when in Rome, you got to do like the Romans. You got to get busy or whatever. Like, but we've been blessed, you know, that to prove a different type of respect code. We don't. It's not. I don't mean we finna be holding hands and kumbaya and hugging and all that. But it's just a different respect that we can actually sit down, because we don't got that dirt. Our yard is clean.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Cam, look, I got family over there. I think like on 83rd Vermont. You know, close over there. You know, where y'all go on Saturdays and Sundays, right? And you know, I go to the little market over there by the Smart and Final, and you know, I show one of the brothers respect. You know, I speak to one of the brothers, and first thing he say, man, You know, blacks we got to do for self.
Right.
He always said that blacks we got to do for self, and he right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even though, because I'm not from the nation, but I was always taught to respect the nation. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had family members that was, you know, going to the church house that was Baptists or Christians and stuff like that, I respected moms. When we used to walk past the church, even if we was in the streets hanging and banging, hey man, don't drink in front of that church, man. Don't cuss. You know what I'm saying? You know, all the blacks that was into the religion, man, and that was prosperous for the community. But every time we got around them or about a place of worship, we always respected, even though we were doing wrong in the streets. But we always was raised to respect that aspect of the community, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, thank you though, Kim, for letting me come up. I just had to, you know, to get your expertise on, you know, what we talked about today.
No, I agree with you 1,000%. Dynasty, FBA Dynasty, and whenever you want, you come on here. You got something to say, or if you got some business before you get off, if you got any business, online business, or something that we can support, that we can come spend our money with you, let us know right quick.
I don't have anything going right now, man. I'm just getting started, man. Cause I just connected with some like-minded brothers, man, and. Man, we getting some stuff going together, but I'm gonna keep in touch with you, and you know, whatever we get, or you know, whatever we put our minds together and come up with, I'm gonna put you on and let you know about it, though.
And we're gonna spend our money with you. You come on here, and I'm gonna give you free advertisement.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Much love, bro. Peace. American, that's my Spider is my bro. That's my young homie. There's no diss on Spider. I love Spider. You know what I'm saying? But it's just just because I love somebody don't mean that we're qualified for certain things. There's people that's specialists for certain things. So I don't try to do certain things that's not my specialty. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what your specialty is. So and we'll learn real quick whether something is our specialty or not. You know what I'm saying? We'll learn very quick whether something is our specialty or not. So we can't be delusional. We can't be in our pride and ego and thinking that, I got a platform so I can just go in any setting or whatever, any type of, we'll learn whether we can or we can't. I'm not saying nobody can or can't, but, by trying and experience is going to prove to us whether we qualified to do that or not is all I'm saying. Certain things we overqualified for and we masters or we, you know what I'm saying, specialists in. Others, some things we ain't. You gotta be, so but yeah, like the bro was saying, like, you got to keep in mind, this is real psychological warfare. This is real warfare we've been under. This is real COINTELPRO. It's not even just COINTELPRO no more. That was back in the 50s and 60s. That whole J. Edgar Hoover, the whole task force that they had on all black organizations to stop the unity, to stop the rise of a Messiah that could unify us. That's what they fear was. So if that was back, if they was using all their government resources back then in the 50s and the early 60s against Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad and Kwame Ture and all the black work. What do you think they're doing now with our little youngsters that get busy? You know what I'm saying? It's at an all-time high. They're using so much high science to keep us beefing, to keep these youngsters, on one. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's social media, whether it's frequencies and these cell phone towers, whether it's all this the syrup and these pills, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's the money they throwing at you, whether it's other little agents and little rats, and the rats be riders, the rats be hitters, the rats be hitters. So what you gonna do about that? How you gonna deal with that? This is the main representative that's getting respect out your section, and he a rat, or he working for them people to keep beef going. Nah, F peace. Like, okay, I understand, I hear you, but so you just on a crash album, you just on a self-deletion mission, a kamikaze mission, huh? And we all supposed to be on a is that really what we, so if you're not able to talk one-on-one with them, because that's what it really come down to. It ain't no group DP, a group check-in, or group discipline, or they're gonna you got to get them one-on-one. Whoever's supposed to be the stepper, the high stepper, get them one-on-one, get into their head, find out what their trauma is, one-on-one relationship, one-on-one therapeutic manhood, deep conversation. You're gonna find out what they tripping on. You're gonna find out what they demons and what they traumas is, and you got to deal with it from that. Each section, each set is honeycombed with CIA, COINTELPRO. Trust and believe. That's why this shit is so rampant now. Like everybody talking about snitching this and snitching that, and paperwork party. It's all on the internet, and there's cameras everywhere. There's microphones everywhere. Like, man, that's why they say the code. That whole code is over with. It's actually a good thing because it's gonna force us to mutate and step up to the real manhood code that we used to be in before we got COINTELPRO'd into Willie lynching each other and deleting each other. So all of this is chaos, but order is coming up out of it. It's chaos, but order is coming up out of it. 100 Black, Route L. 100 Black. You there?
Yeah. I was trying to can you hear me? Hold on.
Yeah, you got to turn something down because I hear myself in the background as an echo. Myself in the background as an echo.
Okay. Shit. You know what happens when you're coming online. Let me see. Everything's off. I don't have no background.
Well, I don't hear it no more. Yeah, I hear you good now. Oh no, I do hear. I hear you. Do you got a pair of headphones or something you can plug up to?
Yeah, I do have the headphones on. Let me see. Hold on. Man, this is something. Okay, I don't have any noise in the background, but I guess it's picking it up real.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna hit the mute when you talk, but so I'm gonna be quiet. But you got the floor. What's your thoughts, big bro?
Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm from East Palo Alto, right? I mean, for the most part, LA, they had a big effect on East Palo Alto, but that's neither here and there. What I want to talk to you about when it comes to us as Black people. Number one, we forget about ourselves and we're trying to reach out to everybody else to maintain a certain position in society, but we don't realize that we don't have that position like that. And amongst ourselves, we are powerful, but there's one thing we don't do. Like I said, for an example, you got $1, right? I got $1. How come me and you can't put the dollar together and say, look, brother, we're going to put these $2 together and we're going to let these do something right here. We're going to let these stay right here until we decide what we're going to do with it to make it build. And then we make it build, when $2 turn into $500, we have to sacrifice that $500 to make it build even more, instead of thinking about, I got to pay my rent over here. And if I can't have at least $300 of them dollars, then me and you going to go toe to toe. You see what I'm saying? We got to let our money build and see what happened to us. For the most part, the real wrench that was thrown in our culture was crack cocaine. It was that, because number one, there was a lot of kids being produced during that time. There was a lot of frivolous sex happening at that time. And so you have like a lot of your fathers and wherever they're at, some are with their kids and some are not. But then you have a lot of people in prisons and you have a lot of people scattered. So kids had to survive. And to this point now, beginning say like 88, because I left East Palo Alto and went to Florida, where I stepped deep into that crack era. So I saw a lot of things happening. And within a few years, the little girls that were like 12, 13 years old, I mean, when you go back south between like 89 and 90, man, like I say, it wasn't nothing but black love, even though they might have been into drugs, but it was heavy down that way. So like you got little girls and what have you, they were turned out sexually like when they were like 8, 9 years old. And then me standing there 26 years, beyond that time, okay, say like maybe 15 years after that, these girls are like 15, 16 years old, they're living like they're 20. So, I mean, they're out doing whatever they can do to survive. So they're also having kids. And so what we have here between, say, 1987 and 2024, we have almost like 3 generations that were born too soon. Okay. And they didn't really get the gist or get the grip on fatherhood and motherhood like we might have gotten. You, I think you might be a few years younger than I am, but you know what I'm saying. Like I said, you still say even so. See, like your age, my age, and your age. Even though our fathers might start doing things because somewhere around 1964, the electronic era came through, and then the black woman, she became more independent, and then they started divorcing, what have you. I could write it better than I speak it. I'm just saying. We know, even though we might not have our father around, we still had brothers and we still had men that were men's men. And like I say, if you hung with them, you still learn things that men do, whether it's working on the car, whether it's playing the girls, whatever the case may be. You were a man's man. You see what I'm saying? You were a man. When I say a man's man, I don't mean you were over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you learned the game. You learned the game. I mean, pimps, whatever the case may be, was showing you the game. Okay, so now they lost it. Okay, what I'm saying is they lost it. Like Fillmore Slim and all these cats like that, San Francisco, like I say, they still, the game was game. Okay, the men were the men, and they didn't really get that. They didn't really get that. Say behind, say like 1990, moving up, they didn't really get that. All they know to do is not even survive. They're in the clique of doing whatever they're doing, having fun, turning up, whatever the case may be. But they didn't learn the bottom level, the ground level ways of how to survive and how to treat a woman. And you know what I'm saying, and how to live and how to respect and what have you. Because I mean, what we learned, what tripped me out when I went up there, though, what we learned, the lady sat in the middle. If it's some brothers, the lady sat in the middle. Okay, she never sat on the side. She coming down the street, we walking down the street. She never walked out toward the street. We walked out toward the street, going and coming. We protected the woman. They wasn't really about that, but still the black love was there. But I'm just saying everything got torn apart more so during the crack era. Now, I didn't get into the crack. I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I used to toot a little blow. You know, I did all that stuff like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that crack era is what did it, because the girls, for an example, that didn't smoke a cigarette, wouldn't smoke no weed, they wouldn't take a drink. When that crack came through, man, they was on it. I know, because when I came back to East Palo Alto, man, there was girls, like I say, you know, they were willing to do anything I wanted them to do for it. But they were like my, whatever it was between me and them, it was more clean and I would say more justified. It wasn't about the dope or nothing like that. But moving up to this era, we have 3 generations of kids who are just out of order and don't know. So they're listening. They want to know the way, but we have to maintain a certain type of style. We have to maintain a certain type of integrity in order to reach these kids, because you can't reach them all. There's always going to be one that's going to want to know, and you just have to be real with them. From that point, like I say, then we can do something. But then again, we have to learn to put something together. Yeah, we owe reparations, but if you have $1 and I have another $1, you think of all the black people that's in the nation. We put this together and forget about who owns the bank. We get the papers behind this. We let the money grow. It's just that easy. You know, it's just that easy. If I went around today and I said, I'm going to start me a campaign, I'm going to start from Pinole, I'm going down to Oakland, I'm going down to Richmond, I'm going to say, hey, brother, give me $1, give me $1. This is what I'm going to do. What you going to do? Don't worry about it. You was going to give it to me to get a bottle of wine. I'm going to do something else with it. So I build this money up and I bring them back to paper to say, this is what we got going on in the bank right here. And I need you to sign your name saying this is yours too, but we're not going to bother this money to a certain point. You can't get it. And as far as being responsible for it, we'll find out who's going to be responsible. Right now, I got it. If you do something to me, you can't get it. But we need to put our monies together. We could do this. Like I say, everybody's talking around what we can do, and it's so simple.
You know, the nation been doing that, right?
Well, okay, see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
saying?
So
the question is, why won't we unite with the nation?
That is, well, see now, okay, now check this out. I have no problem with uniting with the nation as far as the soul and spirit. Okay, but as far as religion, I'm not a person that follows.
No, we're not even talking about religion. So just the fact that you just quickly jumped and said, but you know, when it comes like there's some reason why you wouldn't unite with the nation.
I'll put it this way. This is a question. Okay, I'm my own man. Okay, and I see how we can unite. Okay, but to unite with the nation,
who said you had to be into the religion?
Well, I'm not going to elaborate on the religion part because I'm not a religious person.
No, you just introduced that as a reason why you might not be with it or whatever. When who even said that was a requirement?
Well, nobody
You
said that.
but you just said it. You just suggested and gave the energy and the kind of the pushback as your reason why you have not united with the nation.
Okay. Maybe my answer wasn't good enough.
Have you united with the nation?
I am familiar with the nation.
No, have you united with your dollars and exactly what we're talking about with the
No,
nation?
I haven't. No, I have not.
Why not?
I just have not.
Hey, well, everybody else have not, right? So we don't have the justification to say what we should do if we ain't doing it, right?
Okay, but my point was, we should put our money together, our dollars together. Okay, now do I have to? Okay, are you with the nation?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, maybe I should just let you talk and listen.
No, but I wanted to. I'm not shooting down your.
And believe me, I'm saying it with respect. I'm saying it with respect. I'm not, like I said, I don't disrespect you.
Yeah, no,
anybody
you were saying what we need to do, but the nation is already successfully doing it. We all come from pimping and gang banging and drug dealing and drug using. We all are from that hell. We all from that. So we found a way to unite on something bigger than money or bigger than religion or bigger than, everybody is not a minister. Everybody ain't in here to try to be a minister and preach the gospel or preach the Muslim, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We here benefiting as Black people in whatever ways, that resonates with us. You understand?
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'll tell you one experience I had that kind of threw me off with the nation. Now, once again, I have respect for the nation. Okay. Now, in Florida, when I stayed in Orlando. I actually stayed in a few places. I
need you to get to the point.
Okay. I stayed in Edenville, Florida. I traveled with this brother. Me and his brother hung pretty tight. Okay. And I've been to the Savior's Day one time.
Right.
Okay. So I had an experience there. I was saying, okay, now if brothers are brothers, how come they couldn't get with me in a brotherly way to help me attain the food and the substance that I need to be up there at the point in time? Because I came up there broke. But now that kind of threw me off right there. Okay, but now why would I join?
Why would you join any organization?
How would it benefit me?
As a man, so do you think another man is responsible for feeding you and clothing you and housing you?
No.
So why would that throw you off if you think that somebody else is supposed to pay your way somewhere?
Okay, what I'm saying is this: if I have something to sell and everybody's rejecting it, okay, and
everybody? What do you mean everybody's rejecting it?
People reject it. Like I said, I'm not getting the support from them.
Support like what? You got to be more specific. You're not
I'm
saying
selling something. I'm not saying
what are you selling and how is it being rejected?
Okay, I sold and I designed, especially I was doing it especially there. Okay. So I said, well, I'm going to Savior's Day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create some bow ties because they're into bow ties. They're not into the neckties. And so I created bow. Go ahead.
No.
Okay. So now I created the bow ties and I had an assortment there. I couldn't get one person to buy a bow tie. Not one person to buy a bow tie for $5 or $10. I mean, thinking deep, a brother need to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the Savior's Day, and you got this all lying down. I couldn't even get a bean pie trade. Okay, so now I'm like,
so did the people like your ties?
Well, I mean, I hadn't.
Are they supposed to buy it because you're there, or what if they don't like the ties?
Okay.
If I got a book or if I got a CD I'm selling or whatever, and the majority of the people that I pass by be like, I don't like rap, brother. I don't listen to rap, brother. And am I going to say that's why I don't like the nation because they weren't buying my CD?
Well, it threw me off because really it's like a lot of brothers there that didn't give me the support. Not even the initial.
What is the support like what? Give me an example of
the financial support. Okay, like say I've got something. Okay, I've got something to sell. I got something that we can barter or trade here. I'm from another place. Not considering that I could be hungry. not considering that I'm not really charging a whole lot. I'm coming down off my price at $20 ties. Can I get $5 for one? Can we exchange a bean pie or something like that to get me going?
That's it. That's if the person, like, you would be better off just asking for donations if that was the case. Because if I have a bean pie that I'm selling or whatever I'm selling, and you have a tie that I don't want, I don't want your tie, or I don't need a tie, or I don't like your particular style of tie, I'm not going to trade you for it. I'll just give you a donation for it. You know what I'm saying? So
well,
I don't have to like your product.
Yeah, but that would be considerate. I mean, that would have been my heart if I had been in that same position to where I could, give a donation. But that's not what I'm saying.
We don't know what the situation was. We wasn't there. I wasn't there. I don't know who was there. I don't know if he was saying, can you give me a donation, or I don't know. I wasn't there. But did you set up a bow tie business before or after the Savior's Day convention?
No, I didn't come up there to like get a booth or anything like that. I just came up there with the brother.
But you came up there with some bow ties to sell, right?
Yes, right.
So you did come up there to make some money, right?
I came up there actually to enjoy Savior's Day, but I came up there to make a little change while I was there to kind of like keep me going. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to make a whole bunch of money.
Was you selling bow ties on the street before that, or out the house, or out online?
Or in Edenville, I was known for doing a lot of that. When people wearing the crowns, African crowns and stuff like that?
I didn't say African crowns, my brother. I said bow ties. Because you're talking about bow ties, right?
Yeah, but I'm giving an example. You asked me, was I doing this before? I was known for this. Like, say, I've been doing this in Edenville, Florida, years before I even went up there.
Were you successful? Did you make enough to pay your rent?
I was successful there.
Why did you stop?
I didn't stop.
But you said you didn't have enough to even get home or something like that. So
no.
How successful were you?
Well, actually, let's put it like this. I didn't have to have money to go up there. I went up there with the brother, and I expected some type of support, just like I would give them support, okay? Because number one, like I said, I had the ties there. I mean, I wasn't selling the ties. I said, no, I know these brothers like these ties because I had different types of ties, different colors, and everything to match. And like I say, there are ties. Put me in their position, I would have said yes. Like I said, because I know my experiences that I've had. Very supportive of people's businesses and what have you.
So why do you think, to cut to the chase, why do you think they didn't support your ties?
I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't think you have one either. Like I say,
I wasn't there. I don't got a dog in the fight. I'm asking you.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, like I say, that's the experience I had.
So that one experience made you not want to deal with the nation.
That experience, okay, being that a group of people, okay, being that people right there, that experience made me question. I mean, when they talk about brotherhood and all that like that, and I couldn't get $5 for a tie, I couldn't get any type of support. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll buy the paper when it comes around. I'll buy the bean pies when they come in. I'm not going to hate nobody, but then again, I can't be in that organization if it's about that. Now, I'm not saying that anybody should not. I'm not saying that nobody should join it, because I'm always going to give it respect. But that experience I had right there, I didn't go back to Savior's Day for that. Like I say, because
I mean, the nation is not Savior's Day. The nation is every day. So Savior's Day is one event per year that everybody saves up their own little nickels and dimes to try to get there and buy what they actually want. We're not rich, right? So whatever your motivation or whatever your experience was before you got there, apparently you was familiar enough with the nation before you got to Savior's Day that made you want to go to Savior's Day, right?
Right.
So what about your relationship with any Muslim that you had or the nation members before you ever went to Savior's Day?
Well, the relationship that I had with the one brother, I'll mention his name because I don't know the last name, Brother Michael, me and him were tight. We met each other because, like, the thing about it is he was doing photography. And he would have.
I'm not trying to get up, but anyway. So, do you have a website or something that we can look at your ties right now?
That's not what I'm doing right now.
That's not what I asked you. Do you have a website that any way that we can support whatever you got, whatever your business is in?
No.
You don't?
No.
Well, would you when you get something that you can sell or that we can look at, would you come back and please let us?
You know what? I will.
Okay, I appreciate you.
And while in the process, like I say, I'm going to keep in contact with you on your channel, what have you.
Appreciate you, brother.
I'll never be rude. I'll never be rude. Like
oh no. I'm not. You got an open door policy with me, bro.
Yeah.
So just come over here. Anything you got to sell or you want the people to look at, just come in and holler at me, and I'm gonna put you on.
I will.
All right, Black.
All right.
Peace. Peace and blessings. Any thoughts, comments? Here's the link. Yeah, you know I'm jotting, just in case I gotta revisit some words that were said. Yeah, it's about, if we want to unite, it's about what we're gonna unite on. If money and economics is what we're trying to unite on, I mean, that's cool, but that's not enough. The basis of our unity can't be money. That's satanic. You know what I'm saying? That's superficial. That's not heavy enough. That's not a solid enough foundation or root. Money is, it's cool. We need it, but that's how COINTELPRO or so-called Zionists or any kind of Satans who print money and who can throw more money at you to pivot or to do something else or to undermine the real righteous brotherhood that we after brotherhood. We're not after money. We're after the unity, you know what I'm saying, and the reforming and the redeeming and the transforming of our life, of our people. Money is just one little ingredient in that. But if we ready to turn it down and throw everything out the window, and because I didn't get my way, I didn't sell nothing, like that don't work nowhere. You can't run the black card thing on this. Like, you better go listen to some of these white folks that go bankrupt every other year or every other month. They fail. Nobody buys their stuff. They got to sell this. They got to live in their car. But you go through one experience with the Muslim, with the black Muslims, and that's why I'm not going to unite with y'all. Like, yeah. What else? Reparations. I want to show this right quick. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on 1 second. Preset. This is the last thing I want to put, and this is fair use.
Provocative comment in your new book here, Mugged, and I think it's on page 151. You write that various groups, feminist, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience. Yes. What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that, because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. I mean, I think the way liberals have treated blacks like children, and many of their policies have been harmful to blacks. At least they got the beneficiary group right. We do have to, we shouldn't. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions. But that's or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. They dropped the blacks after 5 minutes.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans
can I just
understand.
say, what have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
But you see, most of us are either immigrants or are the descendants of immigrants, and we understand that not everybody. There are Native Americans in, but we understand in this country. We understand in this country that kind of self-deportation, making things so difficult for immigrants, for undocumented immigrants, that they have to leave.
Y'all hear this? I'm just stopping it for fair use so I can chop it up, but I'm gonna replay that also. Do you see, these pink folks, what they get together and do when it comes to us? But then, the lady right here is giving it up, right? She's giving up. Shouts out to Voice of the Ancestors for this clip, Voice of the Ancestors. But when she makes a valid argument, look how they start introducing and deflecting, and this is what voting is going to get you. This is what voting is going to get you right here. Let me rewind that.
You made kind of a provocative comment in your new book here, Mugged, and I think it's on page 151. You write that various groups, feminists, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. I mean, I think the way liberals have treated blacks like children and many of their policies have been harmful to blacks. At least they got the beneficiary group right. We do have to, I mean, we shouldn't. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions, but that's, or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. They dropped the blacks after 5 minutes.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans don't understand.
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
But you see, most of us are either immigrants or are the descendants of immigrants, and we understand that not everybody, there are Native Americans there, but we understand in this country, that kind of self-deportation, making things so difficult for immigrants, for undocumented immigrants, that they have to leave, or the DREAM Act, threatening to veto the DREAM Act, which is what Romney has said. I mean, and again, we have Governor Romney, who is basically taking a position that is anti a large and the fastest growing segment of the electorate.
And here's the thing, if Republicans don't do something with immigration, and if Republicans are so far away from,
you know, I'm gonna segue this into what Newsom just did in California regarding this housing bill, you know what I'm saying, that he just vetoed, you know, for immigrants. You know, we can't even get houses, and we owe 40 acres and a mule, but continue.
From Latinos, they're going to lose not only this election, they might lose the White House for generations.
The future.
And Texas to turn
That's why the Democrats are dropping the blacks and moving on to the Hispanics, because they're a larger group of Hispanics now. But could I just say to Jorge, I hate to disagree with you when you're...
So, yeah, you know, I'm not going to play too much of that, but that is what I wanted to share and show to segue into this next part. And, you know, she said it absolutely right, but why is she coming out saying it correctly now? Why is the whole struggle and battle now to try to act like you siding with these descendants of slaves? Why is the Zionists acting like they side with the descendants of slaves? Why is all of this to try to get some win the descendants of slaves vote or whatever? What's that all about? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the government, while they acting like they with us, these Zionists or these people that control the media and all of that, they the ones steady pushing to water down the identifiable struggle and reparations that's owed to us. They're going to mix it up with the rainbow thing. They're going to mix it up with the immigration thing. They're going to mix it up, you know, with Native American thing. They're going to mix it up, right? Intentionally. They're going to bring other immigrants and by the millions and let them out throughout the, and I'm not talking about Mexicans. Mexicans, this is Mexico. I'm not talking about Mexicans. I'm talking about everybody else. I'm not talking about Mexicans. Talking about, you know, allegedly Venezuelan gangs and whoever else, and even people from Africa. Like that's what Tariq Nasheed is arguing about, tethers and this and that, people that's coming and benefiting off the blood, sweat, and tears of the slaves, the descendants of slaves. So these powers that and these political Satans are doing this on purpose. They're bringing in more people on purpose so we have somebody to fight against instead of focusing on them. That's what this is all about. They see the slaves waking up. So they say, come, let's deal wisely with them, for fear that in a time of war, they're going to come against us. They're going to join on to an enemy of ours and come against us. We see them multiplying. So let's deal wisely with them. Let's destroy the males of the descendant of slaves and spare and spoil and exalt the females, the slave females. Let's put them in positions of power and political this and glamour this and influence. So they're going to gas the females up, destroy the slave males, and then make the males clash with, you know, immigrants. You know what I mean? because you got to keep the soldiers, the males, occupied. You got to keep them fighting and warring with either with each other, or if they start waking up like they want peace, then we got to bring some new army, some new ops in to keep them distracted and have them fighting at each other's throat, you know what I'm saying, to survive. So that's always been the playbook of Satan. Satan has been doing that. They ain't even needed to change their Bobby Boucher Waterboy playbook. This is the same playbook, but now we have awakened, and we waking up, and people like Candace Owens, salute to Candace Owens, regarding exposing who the mastermind behind all of this is. Not saying that she's no saint, not saying that she ain't got her flaws and ain't got her weaknesses or whatever, weak beliefs, but the enemy that she's exposing right now is the enemy that Farrakhan been exposing for 60 years, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad been exposed, and we've been exposing them for 94 years. But our people is too scared because they print the money that you love and rely on. So they have to be exposed, and you have to be allowed now to see them for who they are. And now you're going to choose. If you choose to still be with them and be quiet and go along to get along, then you are do what they are due. Whatever punishment and fate that they are due, you are also due. You know what I'm saying? So all of this has been run and controlled behind the scenes by those people. The people that Candace Owens is exposing, the people that Farrakhan been exposing since before you was born. The people that the Bible says, you know, crucified Jesus. You know what I'm saying? The people that's in control of all of that. His biggest enemy, his biggest ops was the who? The news. The people that call themselves news. Revelation 2 and 9, Revelation 3 and 9. Those people. So, you know, it's an hour and 26 minutes. I didn't mean to go that far, that long, but hey, we here. We here. So, the Howard N-word salute. Looks like I made it right on time. Yeah, well, I mean, actually, it's the end. I'm about to get up off here. But if somebody want to hop on with me and give me your thoughts and feedbacks. Figurehead. I don't know what that means. But we already see what it is. Kamala Harris's husband. All I say is Kamala Harris's husband. That's all you need to know. Doug Emhoff. Doug Emhoff. That's all. Doug Emhoff. Candace Owens, Doug Emhoff, Rabbi Shmuley. Revelations 2 and 9, Revelations 3 and 9. If y'all into that type of thing, you know. I'm not necessarily a scripture guy. I just like to say it what it really is and call it for what it really is. But, you know, some of us don't take that well. And like I said earlier when I first got on here, all of this is God business. It's not politics business. It's not corporate business. It's not, all of it is God business. You know what I mean? And that's why I be calling for God showdowns. If you don't agree and you say that this ain't the right thing and God we ain't supposed to be uniting on religion. I ain't with religion, then good luck. It's not religion. It's God. It's proving, you know, the righteous principles. You ain't got to call it God, but it got to be some type of law based on righteousness, fair dealing, justice, treat people the way you want to be treated, do unto others as you want done unto you, and accomplishments. We're not equal just because we Black. Some people know, you know, they're masters and accomplished in certain fields already. Just because you Black, that don't mean you equal with me. That don't mean I'm equal with you. No, this person is already a master or a specialist in this specific field. Just because I'm Black, I don't share equal with them. Where they do that at? God Science. Damn, where you go? Damn, that was quick. God Science. Get back on. We send the link one more time. One more again. Yeah, we so jealous or envious or arrogant or delusional that we think that there's no such thing as a chain of command. We think there's no such thing as leaders and followers. I ain't no follower, then you delusional. And you a liar because you absolutely are a follower. Everybody is a follower. Everybody follows a man. Everybody. Now, if you so delusional and you so egotistical or so proud or whatever that's your position, you think that's your manhood testicle position to say, I don't follow no man, you are not to be trusted. You cannot unite with nobody. You say you don't follow no man, you cannot unite. Even if you got a group of other people that say, yeah, we don't follow no man, y'all ain't even united. Let y'all get your hands on something valuable or something and see how quick y'all go at each other's throat. Talking about y'all don't follow no man. I ain't a follower. Twilight Zone, most follow them dollars. Nah, the dollars is a man. Who faces on them dollars? Who print them dollars? Who controls them dollars? Who distributes and disseminates them dollars? Who determine whether the interest rate or the value of them dollars is? A man, a white man. So knock it off. We can all prove. We can all prove it in no limit of time. Right, American Negroes. But, show me any master that's not a follower. Show me anybody that mastered anything that's not a follower. Anybody saying I don't follow nobody is not a master of nothing but failure. You're a master of being a bum or a hobo or a master of not accomplishing nothing. And it don't take mastery for that. That's not mastery. That's the opposite of whatever the opposite of mastery is. Right. They don't follow no man, but expect people to follow them. Absolutely. That's insane. It's not just suspicious. That's insane because life don't work like that. Anything we learn from what? From who? Oh, from the spirit. The spirit told me how to log on the internet. The spirit taught me how to drive a car. The spirit taught me how to yeah, okay. Spirit taught me English. The spirit taught me. I'm self-made. I'm self-taught. I ain't never follow no man. Yeah. How can I get on your podcast, David Thomas? You just got here? I've been putting the link up for the last hour and a half. There it is. There's the link, David Thomas. Hit that link, the Digital Soapbox Network StreamYard link. Click it, and it'll take you right here where I'm at. Roland L. Hall. It's called protocol. Right, protocol. Chain of command, laws. How are you going to claim to be a law person or enforce any laws and there's not a chain of command? Impossible. How you claim to be a part of a team, a group, an army, a brotherhood, a nation, and there's not a chain of command? Impossible. That's called insanity. It's called insanity. Yeah. So it's just, it's easy to prove. It's just nobody will hop on here with me and challenge me and make me prove it. Trench baby, exactly. The student, the best student always becomes the best teacher. Not just the student, the best student becomes the best teacher. Yeah, whatever grade level of student you are, that's probably going to be the grade level of teacher you are. Power play. That's what your parents are for, exactly. Because I tell my son not to be a follower, as there are followers that will lead you to gang banging like crazy. Yeah, but you're still following somebody. So our job as parents, of course, that's the first teacher. Mama is the first teacher of everything. David Thomas.
Hey, what's up, Cam?
Oh man, you got it. What's your thoughts, bro?
Oh man, I don't really know what this topic is right here that you have on right now, but I was more on the issue that you had with the Hebrew Israelites. It was like two or three conversations you had to go. But I didn't know no other way to find you but on live, because I was looking for you like on Facebook and stuff.
What's your thought? We can talk about that for a second.
Okay, brother. Okay, brother. So the thing is, I could get what those brothers were trying to explain, but they was kind of like tongue tied on it. So to give you the whole rundown, because I heard you say you didn't really know nothing about it.
Well,
So,
no, I didn't. Yeah, no, I never said that. You know what I'm saying?
you know a little about the Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Elmatic. Thank you for the cash app. I'll see you. Yeah. So
Okay.
if you wanna say a specific point, because I know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm listening. Well, the point is, okay, so when he was trying to go into the ideologies, like you said that the Hebrew Israelites, that would be like a religion, right?
Who said that?
I think I heard you say that.
No, we both agreed that Hebrew Israelite wasn't a religion, because, you know, like Islam, I'm a Muslim, and to us, Islam is not a religion. Islam is our nature, our way of life. So the brother was saying being a Hebrew or Israelite is not a religion. It's a nature, or it's a way of life. So we both agreed on that.
But it's not really a way of life. That's why I was trying to explain with the Hebrew Israelites. It's a lot different, because the Hebrew Israelites is a blood lineage. Okay, so
So you saying that the brother I had on was wrong?
The brother that you had on, they wasn't explaining it too good, is what I was saying.
He said it was not a religion. So
And
is that wrong?
it's not a religion, but it's also a blood lineage. It's like I'm like, my family would be Isaac, Abraham, like it would be like a blood lineage.
So what identifies you as a Hebrew or Israelite? Because Hebrew means to cross over the water.
Okay, yeah. He not through the water, because of it was Abraham.
Over the river, or cross over the river, or cross over the water.
Yeah, it was Abraham who was called a Hebrew, and it was called Ibri is the name that they used. It was called Ibri, but the name, it means to cross over. He crossed over from his land into Canaan, and that's what made him. Yeah. But
so anybody that crosses over into that land is a Hebrew?
No, sir. Okay,
how do you identify yourself as a Hebrew?
Okay, this is how you identify yourself as a Hebrew. Okay, if you do your
I'll make it quick too, because I'm already over.
Yeah, you're online. Okay, so this is how you identify yourself as a Hebrew. So we go by the blood of Jacob and Abraham. Abraham is a Hebrew and Jacob was an Israelite, right? So there was two different things. To be a Hebrew Israelite.
So let me stop you. So you saying that something happens to your blood magically or whatever if you cross over? Listen, just listen to what I'm saying. Because if you're saying that Abraham was something different than Jacob because one crossed over, because that's what a Hebrew means. Somebody crossed over, right?
Yeah, you're correct. So the Hebrew means that you crossed over. So the first Hebrew in the Bible would have been Abraham, right? Because he was the first one to cross over, right? Okay, so now Abraham was
according to you. I'm listening.
Yeah, I understand. So Abraham was the first Hebrew, right? But then his blood lineage would have been Hebrew. Like Esau, that was one of Isaac's sons, right?
I gotta stop you. So what changes his blood? crossing over.
It was no.
Listen. You
I'm
gotta
not trying to, because see, I'm not trying to be stuck like you saying about.
It's not stuck.
Now you talking about.
Listen, you gotta prove. You gotta explain.
I'm trying to, but you have to give me time to talk.
I don't have a lot of time, so if you can't do it quickly, then we can't do it.
I'm doing it very quickly, but you got to let me talk though. Okay, so what I'm saying is like, so Abraham, it wasn't what changed his blood to a Hebrew. I'm talking about my blood lineage to those people is what I'm talking about, not his blood. I'm talking about my blood.
I don't know what you're talking about, brother.
Because remember, I was explaining to you that Hebrew Israelite is a blood lineage. Like when you're a Muslim, you're not actually like the blood lineage of a Muslim, but we actually are in the same family as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is what I'm saying. Like those.
So you're saying that what made Abraham a Hebrew?
He crossed over.
So anybody listen. So anybody.
No, I'm not,
that crosses over before Abraham was also a Hebrew.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
What are the people that crossed over before Abraham?
No, I'm not talking about who crossed over.
That's what I'm talking about.
I understand, but I was trying to explain something to you, and I can't explain it.
The point, bro.
Okay, so the point is that our blood lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you look at all the records, they have records showing where the Jews had got. Have you ever heard of the Spanish Inquisition?
Bro.
Now I'm trying. That's the only way I can explain it to you. Have you ever heard of?
You can't explain it to me then, because I'm asking you a specific question, right?
You're asking me about Abraham crossing over, and am I kin to Abraham?
People before Abraham that crossed over. Why aren't they Hebrews?
Who were those people?
So no human being ever crossed over before Abraham.
Crossed over from the land of Uz to the land of Canaan. Because that's the only way he became a Hebrew is because he crossed over from the land of Uz to the land of Canaan.
So who was in the land of Uz with him?
It was Babylonian people. It was like
Babylonian people never crossed over before him.
They never crossed over.
He was the first human being that ever crossed from there.
God sent him to cross over in the Bible.
That's not what I asked you. He was the first human being that ever.
The only one that's in record is that I can name. That he was the only one in record that I can name. Okay, but the other thing what I was trying to say was this. So his Abraham had Isaac, right? And then Isaac had Jacob. So with Isaac, when Isaac had Jacob, Jacob's name got changed from Jacob to Israel.
Brother, we know all of that. Like, bro, come on, bro. So tell us something that we haven't heard.
Okay, so do you know about the Spanish Inquisition?
Yes.
So you seen where they sent the Jews in the Inquisition? They sent all the Jews to Africa, right?
Sent all the Jews or the Hebrews?
The Jews are Hebrews.
All right.
I'm not talking about.
Where do you believe white people came from?
White people actually came from in the Bible in Genesis. When he told Eve that he was going to put enmity in between her seed and thy seed, and in between, and he told the devil that he was going to put enmity in between him and the woman, and enmity between his seed and her seed.
Where did white people come from?
Huh?
Where did white people come from?
I'm explaining it to you.
I don't want you to explain it. Just answer. Just tell it.
From the devil. It's the devil's seed, according to the scripture.
So the devil. So it was a gang of females that just started having Caucasian babies.
A gang of females that started having Caucasian.
All right, brother. I can't do it. But I gave him a chance. If anyone, can probably do it quicker or better, like Brother Captain Tazariak actually gave a far clearer explanation. Not that I believe it or, but, anyway, we here. Let me change let me get in the mode. Let me get in my mode to where I can tolerate this. Hold on. because that wasn't the energy that I felt like getting on at the end of this live. But I seen my a brother that was on earlier. If you want to hop back on, because I saw you waiting, and I didn't really want you to have to wait for this. Yeah, I mean, just cut to the chase. Like it's incredible that we get on here and quote the same scriptures and same thing, and as though like everybody is Columbus. Everybody discovered America. Everybody discovering these scriptures and presenting them like I'm a Native American. I'm actually already here. I I'm one of the ones that built this country. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna tell me you discovered it. Like, so I'm not wasting my time with that. God science.
Peace, brother
Peace,
Ken. What's
peace,
good?
brother.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
All right. So basically, I just wanted to ask you a quick. You said majority or everything that you say on this platform you can show and prove, correct?
The majority of it, yes. And any part I can't show and prove, I'm going to clearly tell you this is an article of belief. This is what the Muslims believe because I wasn't there and I can't prove it.
Okay. And basically what I was going to talk about, I have a lot of Nation of Islam, friends. And like I said, before I was on your platform, I talked about this split where you have a certain few that still follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, even though he so-called passed on, or like Farrakhan teaches that he's on the mothership.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe that. They believe that, and it's a bit of a contradiction, honestly, because I have seen videos and read books where Elijah Muhammad has talked about he is the messenger of God, and after him, there's no one else.
So if you saw that, I put that up on my page a couple of days ago. The very same black and white video that he said that in, which was Buzz Anderson interview. He also said his teacher, Master Farrakhan Muhammad, gave him about 2/3 of the Holy Quran to study. This is the same interview.
Mm-hmm.
He gave him about 2/3 of the Quran to study. And he said, he didn't say I had to study the other third because it probably wouldn't amount to anything regarding him because it'll probably be in some other man's time and not in our time. And we shouldn't be worried about what that other fella has to do. Let him worry over it when he get here. So that's clearly saying that the context of what it's like, if a person takes one clip out of this and then one clip out of that, then it sounds like it's saying two different things. But if the context of what he's saying, he's clearly saying that somebody is coming after him, but it's God. He actually said God himself, right? It's God. He said God is coming after me. But if you know the definition of, Allah or God in the person of Master Farrakhan Muhammad, God in the person of Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and God in the person of this third man, right? And that's the man that's supposed to put one foot on land and one foot on water and raise his hand and cut a shortage in gravity and set the atmosphere on fire.
Exactly. Then there's a lot of these clips of Honorable Elijah Muhammad sitting down with this white guy. Another clip that I saw, he asked Elijah Muhammad about his successor. Now I wish I had that. I'm probably going to do some research to pull it up. And he said that he doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's not a successor. So Moses and Aaron was not his successor. They both were still alive, right?
I'm talking about Farrakhan.
Farrakhan is Elijah. That is the extension of Elijah. Just like Aaron is Moses. They're sent together. The last messenger, if you read the Quran or the Bible, they're together. They're not two separate messengers. They're together. One starts the work, one finishes the work of the same message.
Okay. But he doesn't he doesn't say that in his books.
Who doesn't say that?
Elijah Muhammad.
Because he hadn't chose Farrakhan yet.
Farrakhan as far as I know, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because you're in the Nation of Islam, you might know more. After Elijah Muhammad, now there was a so-called plot. My whole point is to prove it's like we can't prove that Elijah Muhammad is on the mothership. I mean, I would like him to be, but
do
we
you
can't
believe
prove
in any
that.
God or any scriptures?
Huh?
I said, do you believe in any God or any scriptures?
Yeah, my background came through the Nation of Gods and Earths. And then from
What information did the gods and earth's lessons come from?
it comes from the Supreme Wisdom.
And
That's
that
120.
comes from who?
That comes from Master Farrakhan Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad answering the questions.
Right. So the lessons say that this is fulfilling all of the prophets and all of the, scriptures, right? That you'll be able to prove in no limited time, to the new converts that this fulfills this and this fulfills scriptures, right? So it's not just independent of Bible scriptures, right? This is all verification of proof that is fulfilling the scriptures of the Bible, right? That's what the lessons say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you study the Bible, the scriptures that the lessons is referring to?
The Bible.
Yes or no answer. That's a yes or no answer. It's called the Poison Book. Do you study the Poison Book?
The Poison Book, no.
The Bible. Then you're not following the lessons.
I study other things
but you're not following the lessons. It's cool to study anything, but if you're not studying what he said that this is a verification of, you're not studying the lessons. You're not following the lessons.
Yeah, but I did study those things at a time in my life. I just evolved.
You just said you didn't.
I'm telling you, I've read Theology of Time.
I said the Bible.
The Bible, it can be taken any type of way.
Well, you're going somewhere else. The lesson says the poison book. Look in your poison book. Work cheerfully and fear not. If you're not looking in your poison book, you are not following the lessons.
But what does the poison book have to do with okay, put it like this, right?
All right, you got
I'm not taking
2 minutes, brother.
All right, I ain't taking anything from Farrakhan. All right.
You can't.
But I'm saying he can be a minister. He could be a minister, just like you ever heard of Brother Eric Muhammad? Just by any chance?
You kind of going all over the place, brother. I need you to just land this plane.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is he can be a minister, just like there's other ministers. You have Minister Nuri Muhammad. You have Minister Eric Muhammad. You have other ministers. Farrakhan is looked as a Messiah. And what I'm trying to say is that I haven't seen, and I have seen where Elijah Muhammad has said he doesn't do that. Only God does.
He doesn't do what?
He doesn't create messiahs. Only God does. And their God is Master Farrakhan Muhammad.
Who made Elijah Muhammad? Master
Farrakhan Muhammad.
So who made Farrakhan?
Elijah Muhammad.
Right. So what did Master Farrakhan Muhammad make Elijah Muhammad into?
His messenger.
That's all?
Well, he was his messenger. He taught him.
He just stayed his messenger. He didn't grow into nothing else.
He grew into, well, if you want to say the Messiah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I.
So, since you don't read the Bible, what does it say Moses grew into once he did his work among the people, and then he went to be with God, and God made him into what?
I don't know.
Exactly. But peace, my brother. Much love. I got to get off of here. I'm gonna tell you the answer. Just keep watching. So, if y'all know anything about the Bible, the Bible says, and God made Moses a god unto Pharaoh and made Aaron his prophet. So while Moses was among the people, he was the prophet. But then he graduated and went to be with God and left Aaron, his brother, to complete his work. And then he said God made Moses a god to Pharaoh, and now Aaron is his prophet. So they all graduate. We all graduate. Just because, ye are gods. Ye are all God's children of the Most High God. You're supposed to stay a child. What is the purpose of a child? Why would God call us children if we ain't meant to grow up? So we're not using common natural sense. But we're going to look for every excuse to not submit to the discipline, to not submit to the chain of command, to the military line organization. So those of us that want to do our own thing, we're going to come with every excuse for why we're not going to be with this discipline, chain of command, military, organization. So, I hope I make sense. Power play. Elijah Muhammad said he didn't believe in any afterlife or life or heaven, hell after the grave. Right. Do you? Why do you think you have the right to believe in a life after you die? You got any proof of it? Anybody came back and showed you how sweet and beautiful it is? Any of your loved ones came back and proved it? Why would you teach, some slave teaching like that you're going to get your reward in the sweet by and by after you die, but right now just let these slave masters just tear you up and have their way with you. God is going to get even with them. You're going to get your reward after they delete you. Why would you entertain some kind of crazy teachings like that? No, if somebody teach you that your only heaven that you gonna ever know is in this life, I bet you do something with your life. I bet you don't lay down and let some recessive Caucasians rob you of your life. I bet you fight like hell for your life and for your family's life. But no, if you got that other crazy little belief, you're gonna be like, oh, it was God's will. Well, the police took my son's life, but he's in better hands. He's in a better place now, and all of that. And he's still too much of a coward to go to war with the people that did it, because they're just gonna do somebody else. They're gonna do your sister and your brother's child the same way. It makes you a coward. It makes you a punk. No, fight for the only life that you know, only life that you got. This ain't no video game. You don't get no other man. You don't get no restart. Why would you believe something like that? And even if it exists, even if there is something after that, you deal with that when you get there. If we be right and do righteous and tell the truth and treat people good and believe in God and do all the prayer, all the stuff that we're supposed to do, you still gonna get the same reward by doing good if there's no such thing as an afterlife. But if there is, you qualified for that too. If there is an afterlife, that's not supposed to be a deal breaker. If we doing more good, if we doing more discipline, righteous discipline, and doing more with our life because we don't believe we get an afterlife, why not do that? You can still believe that there is an afterlife, because if there is, then we qualify for that too. Because we was doing good, so much good in this life because we didn't believe we was going to get an afterlife, then we qualify for the afterlife, right? Is your God so petty that he going to disqualify us because we didn't believe in an afterlife, but we did more better good not believing in the afterlife? We did more good for our people and for society and humanity not believing in the afterlife. Is your God that petty? He goes like, you can't get in this heaven because you didn't believe that this heaven existed. You did great on the planet. You helped wake up millions and millions of my people, but you can't come here because you didn't believe here existed like this. So I ain't with that. That don't scare me. I'm already from hell. I know the real devil. I know the real hell. Ain't no hell worse than this. Ain't no devil worse than this. Prove it. So with that, I love y'all. I love y'all. Yeah, it is what it is. You're not here to agree with me. You don't have to like me, agree with me. You can unfollow all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only show on this platform. Just don't ever tune in when I come on. That's cool. Yep. Everybody got to die. Anybody that's born has to die. All bodies that came from the earth has to go back to the earth. So we don't waste time teaching on no afterlife and you're gonna see your granny again or your mama again and all of that, because that's not provable. That's not provable. So we deal with what we can prove. If something else exists, great. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen it. So why would I spend any amount of time and energy wasting on that? Banking on that? We're not going to happen. So you trying to punk YouTubers? Right. It's 2 hours. I hit 2 hours. You prove it ain't. You prove it ain't. You prove it ain't an afterlife. That's not even nothing to prove. I just explained it clearly. I know that's upsetting, but I just know first things first. I know not to waste no time and no energy banking on something that has never been proven. Never been proven. So why not put all that energy in trying to live as long and healthy as you can on this life? Do as much good to people, to others in this life. What's so hard to understand about that? Because either what I'm saying is true or it's not. It's a 50-50 chance because you can't prove it and I can't prove it. So it's one of them things you just gonna have to digest. Like, damn, this is either true. What he's saying is either true or is not. You know what I'm saying? And more proof shows that it's true because you don't have no proof. I don't have no proof. As much as I love my family members, my parents, my siblings, and all of that died, they ain't coming back. You know, whatever is, you know, I'm headed to wherever they went, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that is, but they're not never coming back. Dead means dead, right? It don't, you know, I'm talking about this. It's going back to the body. I mean, to the earth. The body is going back to the earth. So that's why we need to be into the science of reality, the science of creation. What created this body in the first place? What is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of life? Is it twerking? Is it party? Is it chasing sex? Is it eating? Is it, you know, what do you think you're here for? Because you get upset if I say this. When you hear Elijah Muhammad or NOI teachers mentioned in this part, you're gonna get upset because you know you wasting your life. You know you're wasting your life. That's why you get upset. And we're supposed to get upset. This is supposed to upset you. This is supposed to agitate you because you can't disprove it. It's gonna hurt. The truth hurts. The truth hurts. Say the Quran says it is, prove it's not, prove it. Prove that it is. That's all kind of interpretation, right? If you know anything about the nation, it says that, you know, we're already mentally dead. There's a such thing as after mental death, afterlife of mental death. Which one of the people in the ground you seen get up? Which one of your loved ones in the dirt you seen get up? You know what I'm saying? No, it's mental death. We can come back to life after mental life after being mentally dead. That's what we're doing right now. So that's all we need to be concerned about. You know what I mean? And we'll all test it out. You'll test it out with effort. Then if it ain't no afterlife, then I may as well just do whatever I want to do. And then you're gonna be back in hell. Hell is on earth. Hell is where you catch it at. Hell is where you catch it at. Hell is a condition of mind, condition, you know, of this life that you're living in. Who taught you hell was forever? But that's a whole different subject. You know what I'm saying? We can get into. Mm-hmm. Hop on a live with me. Otherwise, I'm gonna get off because I know I'll be going too late. I already went over 2 hours. Robert Lane, hop on a live. Don't type about it. This is very serious, and we don't have to be, beefing or whatever. But I just want to hear your proof. I don't want to type. I'm not typing. This is the top tier subject that we should want to converse about. Here go the link. The proof is on the doubter. No, the proof is on the person that ain't got no proof whatsoever. I'm saying it's not one, and you can't see one, so I'm correct. If I'm saying it's not one, and you can't show me one, I'm correct. That's the definition of proof. That's crazy. That's interesting, though. Like, let me find this definition, and that's what hurts us. Truth hurts us. Because we're using English words and we want the words to mean what we want them to mean, but they mean what they mean. They don't mean what you want them to mean. Here's the etymology dictionary definition of proof. Man, bless our hearts, but this is the job. Somebody got to do it. They're not going to be liked. I'm not going to be liked, but this is the job. Somebody got to do it. Proof from the 12th century. Evidence and argumentation to establish the fact of something beyond reasonable doubt. Now, show me your heaven or your hell after you dead. Show me evidence to establish the fact that beyond a reasonable doubt that there's something that you say is heaven or hell after we physically dead. I'll wait. Boy, y'all got a million excuses. Why don't you just go somewhere else? Because if you're gonna say stuff like that, then that's lame. That's lame. You're going to control the conversation. How you know? You ain't been on here with me. How you know what I'm going to do? Why I ain't going to just be quiet and let you give your explanation? Why you just going to lie on me and like you're a mind reader and you're going to tell me what I'm going to do? That's called a coward. That's what I call a coward. So hop on here or get blocked. Hop on with me or get blocked. That's what I mean by, these spiritual showdowns and these challenges and running these fades. Twilight Zone, what you say? That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Since I'm here, since I'm over 2 hours, I'm going over 2 hours. May as well get it all. May as well go there, right? And that's why I run them faith. That's why I do them challenges, talking about if your God is the real God, let's pray. Let's do what the Quran say. Let's pray for a curse. Let's pray. Let's invoke deletion on the liars. And they will never invoke it because of what they know their hands have sent before. Where is this at? Let me find this. Do I got this on here? Dang. I wish I had that. Oh, there I go. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's 62:6 in the Quran. 62:6. Where is that at? Well, no, that ain't it. That's a different. Anyway, I'll be man. Black Symphony, when deletion approaches any of them, they cry, "My Lord, let me go back so I may do good in what is left behind." never. It's useless, the appeal they make, and there's a barrier behind them until the day that they are resurrected. And, you know, that's definitely subject to interpretation, but that. Hey, AD. Any day now. Say, uh-oh. Did you say Jamila? You taking too long, bro. Taking too long. Oh, Lord have mercy. And these is, like I said, you know, I be wanting new people. New people got something to say, but they won't jump on here. Like the argument, the arguments that I'm making is just such common sense, down to earth, provable arguments. It's just incredible that we want to go to Spookville, or we want to go dance around and do Darren's dance moves about it. I apologize, y'all. Say wrapped him. It's just entertainment at this point. Marcel, faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. That is the Bible definition, right? So, what is the actual definition? Let's look at the actual English language definition, because apparently that's two definitions. Faith is to trust or promise. To trust. It means belief. Faith means belief or trust. To believe or trust. Oh boy. Wait. You ain't missing nothing, Daryl. Stay up, Jermaine. I see you. Stay up. Oh man. For the love of DD. We here now. May as well go there. Boy, I be trying to keep it down. That's Mike Epps. I be trying to keep it under an hour, but that don't happen. Then it goes to an hour and a half, and then it goes to 2 hours, and it goes over 2 hours. But anyway, because I said all I needed to say for this episode, and I'll be wanting to keep it going. Because if I got this many people, on here, I want to entertain you. You know what I'm saying? I want you to stay with us. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch that dial. Marcel, you want to hop on here with me? I know I invited you before. I'm not sure exactly what you're saying, but hearsay is not proof. Everything in the Bible is hearsay. Everything in the Bible is hearsay. The Bible is absolutely not proof. What we're looking for is proof of what the Bible say, or what we claim the Bible means. That's what we're looking for. Man. But yeah, I'm here. Anything y'all want to talk about here? Here's the link. And I guess we're going 3 hours. I guess we're going on 3 hours. We're going to go for 3. 3 for 3. Cheers. Still can't hear you. It's not meant, bro. It's not meant. That's the Lord. You know, I told you I did my little curse challenge. I'm a witch. I'm a warlock. Shit ain't. It's the Force, man. The Force is with me. I'm Cam Skywalker. The Lord don't. Nah, I was gonna say that. The Force don't want to hear it. It's not me. Hold on, let me see it. This might be me. Hold on. It says you're muted. You got to unmute yourself, AD. The bridegroom banquet, man, going on. They finna close the door. They finna close the door on you, AD. Wasn't ready. Didn't have no oil in your lamp. Marcel Gary, I see you there. It says you got to connect your camera and your mic. You got to connect your camera and your mic. Same thing it always was. Say patience is a virtue, huh? Yeah, this is something else. There you go. I just heard you. Say something. Yeah. I hear you a little. Yeah, I hear you.
Damn.
I hear you.
Okay, you heard me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me close this back up. You know.
You got to talk fast. We got to get right to it.
What's up, Cam? What's happening?
Man, you got it. Got to cut straight to the chase.
Yeah. So what you want to talk about today, bro?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying,
that you wanted to talk about, AD?
Well, one thing that we want to get into that'll really hit the spot is something I've been wanting to talk about, this Democrat and Republican thing.
Is who?
This Democrat and Republican.
No, I'm not talking. I don't talk about politics.
Go and look
I don't talk about politics.
You don't want to talk about no politics, so you want to talk about the Heavenly Father.
Well, I thought you got on because you wanted to talk about what we was just, me and the brother was just talking about. I thought you had some input on that. Do you have any input on that? Anything provable reality? Anything that's
okay
that we can prove?
What you were saying, Cam, that I heard that you were saying earlier, is you was talking about that the Bible. You were saying that it's unproven, it's been changed. That's what you're saying. That's what your argument is.
Is that say one more time?
The thing is, what you got to realize is that once you start reading it, the main thing is understanding from the perspective that you're looking at it from. Once you start looking at it from
the English language, right?
And then it'll be
the
evident.
Perspective is the English language, right?
Exactly what book it is, and then you have to get to that point of understanding first.
Can you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I said the perspective has to be the English language, right? Ain't that the perspective? If it's in English, if it's English words and English sentences, then we can easily go to the English dictionary and find what those. So it's no perspective, right?
Perspective is that it was written from Hebrew to Greek, right? And you have to have an understanding that the way that King James wrote it is he got the best scholars and he split them up. Somebody didn't just write it. It was translated from the old. It's our history.
Mm-hmm.
And how he weeded out how it would be written and translated so he would eliminate mistakes.
So the Bible is not tampered with?
But you have to, like I said.
Yes or no?
Yeah, of course it's been tampered with because it was translated from Hebrew to to Greek. Yes, it was
No, I'm
tampered
talking
with.
about no. Translated is not tampered with. I said tampered with. Is the Bible
Man,
tampered with?
it was translated.
I didn't say
Listen,
translated. I know it's translated. Was it
right.
tampered with?
It was translated, brother.
Yeah, I guess that's it. It's 2:20. Well, what's that? 11:20 or I've been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm waiting on Marcel Gray or Gary if he back on, if he trying to get back on. Just look at our mind. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'll be just using that as hopefully as inspiration to get other people on here that wants to do it better. Marcel, why don't you ask somebody how it been a week or a couple of weeks or whatever. Why don't you ask somebody? Why haven't you asked somebody that knows how to get your mic and your camera working to get on here with me? I'm curious. If you're a regular on YouTube, right? Why is it that you haven't YouTubed it or found out, just do some Googling or some YouTube University quick search about how to get on StreamYard with me. That's incredible. Big Freedom, you ever going to start rapping again? Yeah, I'm still do that, Big Freedom. But I just try to stick to one thing at a time, only focus on one thing at a time. And so if I'm doing this right now, then I just be focusing on doing this. When I'm rapping, I'm focusing on rapping. So right now we podcasting, we on live podcasting, trying to get somebody to hop on this live with me. Salute to you, Big Freedom. Marcel Gary, American Negro News says, let him know that if he wants to utilize his cell phone, he can download the StreamYard app. I'm sure he knows that. I'm sure it didn't take 2 weeks or however long we've been going back and forth for, if he really wanted to be on here, he would be on here. They just don't want to be on here. If you really wanted to, we would do it. It's so easy. Whether you got a Obama phone, flip phone, whether you got a iPhone, whether you got a tablet, like there's no excuse. Yeah, I can't read that one, but interesting. Oh man, and I don't want to go flat on y'all. That's the whole thing. I don't want to go flat on you. I want to keep dialogue or discussion going, but it's you see the quality, you see the content, you see the quality of it. Lucky I'm not able to hop on the live. Every time I try and get on live, denied access. Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Everybody else is hopping on. That ain't me. That has to do with your cell phone or whatever's going on over there with you. I'm adding everybody. I'm so bored and so frustrated that I can't get nobody on. I would never deny you access. That's the whole point of this. No excuse from these grown folks. Learn how to use your device. But I'm here, man. I'm here. I really don't have nothing else to talk about. We covered what we covered. You know what I'm saying? 2.5 hours. I want to keep y'all company, but if y'all don't really have nothing to talk about, and I do, because once I get my blood pressure up and I want to run something, and then I don't get nobody to show up, then it's like Harlem Nights. You know what I'm saying? I got all ready to drink some orange juice and ain't nothing but a swallow in a container. Like, why you do that? Why don't. So I'm glad. That's why I'm glad I put that video up that I put up earlier today about the spiritual showdown and spiritual fades and all of that, because that's what I'm on. So anybody, once you're ready to do that, just hit me on that. Otherwise, don't even tap in on that. Let me just talk about my little monologue, one-way conversations, or whatever I'm gonna be talking about. How about that? Big Freedom salute. Yeah, that's a tragedy. I spoke on that yesterday about Rich Homie Quan. You know, may Allah be pleased with him and comfort his family and loved ones, friends. That's a tragedy, of course. And I think I was seeing some little articles about it. He was already kind of struggling with addiction, struggling with substance abuse addiction. So yeah, and then TMZ, Satan, CIA, Satan ass, like they always, they got the 911 call. Like that's just terrible. They quick to put black tragedy on their airways. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they want us to feed off of. That's what they want us to feed off of. They don't want no success stories or no God righteous challenging stories. They don't want none of that. They want deletion and heartbreak and grief, and that's what they want. And so let's talk about Candace Owens. Let's talk about somebody that's giving Satan's hell, that's making the Satans grieve. How about that? Can we talk about that? Instead of saying you heard what happened to such and such, and man, such and such, when we gonna get together as a people, man, this and that, all these excuses. I'm not talking about you, Big Freedom, but people that was on before you. Everybody got excuses. Everybody got explanations, and everybody got complaints and accusations. But the ones that's actually making war with the beast got nothing to say about it, other than you this or you just this or she that. And like, man, that's why I be calling for these fades. Let me shut all y'all up. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to show up for that one, because we're going to put it in God's hand. Whatever God you believe in, we're going to put it in their hands. Let God curse the liar. Let God curse the false God worshiper. Let God curse the false God teacher. And let everybody see it. Do it publicly. Make it specific. So we'll know it's undeniably a curse from him. That's what I'm on. Tired of all this little weaseling, slithering around, coward business. Quick to say y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that, but ain't did nothing close to comparing with it or being equal, let alone greater than it. Just incredible. Just incredible. Henry Cedillo, I see you. Rest in peace to the young man. Right, Felonious Monk, absolutely. Daryl Jackson, hell or Hellenism, Greek belief or lack thereof in God, a spook God religion that destroys the mind of humanity. Just made that up. Right. All man, it's crazy, man. Well, let me find this real quick. To It's not gonna let me put it up here. Okay. Well, I'll do it this way. Since we wasting time, since we on overtime now, we in detention now. Since we in detention, let me give you this answers. Since we in detention. There you go, Marcel Gary. Revelation 22:18 says, I warn everyone who hears the prophecy or words in this book. If anyone adds to them, God will add to him the plagues described in this book. And in the other verse, 22:19, and if anyone takes away from the word, any word from the book of this prophecy, then his name will be taken out of the book of life. Whoop-de-woo, wham-de-wham. So to answer your question, how could God's holy word be tampered with? Right there, according to Revelations 22:18 and 22:19. Now, run tell that. That's how. That's proof, right? According to your book, what y'all claim to be proof, that's proof, right? It don't say that this book will never be tampered with. It don't say that. It says, I warn everyone who hears this, if anyone does this, that means somebody is going to do this and somebody has done this, so it is tampered with. Was that good enough proof? Was that enough proof? You said, show me. Didn't you say, show me something like that? What chapter and verse was tampered with? Well, that's the chapter and verse that tells you it's tampered with. So the rest of that, you're going to have to go on an Easter egg hunt. But I just gave you the... Oh, man. This is incredible. But I guess that happens after the 2-hour mark. Things start to go down the rabbit hole. Anything y'all want me to talk about? Anything y'all got to talk about? Any comments, questions? Because I'm gonna land this plane. I'm going to wind this thing on down. You know, parting is such sweet sorrow. I be wanting to stay on with y'all, but you know, when it get to this point, that's why I'm gonna have to discipline myself to just cut it at an hour. Just cut it at an hour and just save the rest for the next day. Because geez Louise, the freaks come out at night. Salute Houdini, rest in peace, ecstasy. Salute Grandmaster D and Jalil. The freaks come out at night. On everything films, man. Salute. AD. I'm gonna give you the last word, AD. What's up, brother?
My thing, you know, now
get to it, brother.
I heard you talking about the Bible being tampered with and all that, right?
That's what the Bible says.
Okay. That's
what the Bible says.
That's what the Bible says.
You read that? Can you read the screen? Then now you freezing up.
Yeah.
What does the screen say?
Yeah, if any be added on to it, God will add to him the plagues described in this book. Yes, try it right. That's right.
So is the world suffering? Is the world suffering the plagues that's mentioned in this book?
Yeah.
Then that means it must have been tampered with, right?
Okay, now I understand what you're saying about tamper with, but where those words of the Bible? Where did they come from? Do you realize they was passed down from generation to generation, brother?
You realize that books just said it's tampered with, brother?
Huh? See, the thing about it is about what you're focusing on. See, our history has been the Israelites more glorious than anything you ever heard of in your life. But see, you have to get the understanding of that. You can't.
Where's the proof? We did this already, so I'm gonna let you go after this. Where's the proof of your understanding? Where's the proof of your understanding?
Your understanding
No,
is
where
a
is
mental
the proof
understanding of
of
having a
your
relationship with God.
understanding? Where is your proof of your understanding?
Everything that I've read, just like those things that you're
Do you know
quoting
what
from the
proof
Bible,
means?
I done read a lot of that
Do you know what proof
already.
means? Do
Huh?
you know what proof
Yeah.
means?
But it's
What does
proof.
proof
But see,
mean?
you had to focus on the understanding, brother.
I just asked you, where is the proof? Where's your
You
proof
focusing
of
too
your
much on
understanding?
comparing what's what and this and that.
Where's your proof of your
The proof of
understanding?
my understanding is in the book, in the Bible.
Man, bless his heart. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Yeah, he want air time, right? I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Oh man, I don't want to be mocking nobody on here, so I don't. Yeah, that's not my spirit. I don't want to do that. But when I don't know. Nobody else is participating. Nobody else wants to play with me. Everybody taking me too serious and acting like I'm gonna cut them off, and they got all kind of excuses. He's gonna put him out the club. Yeah, not forever though. You can put him out the club temporarily, but nah, he cool. He just ain't, he can't get on the mic. But nobody else want to. That's why, man, we here for this. It's just I can't recycle the same people. Like I can't do it. It had to be something edifying. It got to be something that we can actually feed from. Right? So, man, I don't think I know it all. No, I don't think I know it all. I don't think I'm righteous. I think I'm calling for a fade. I think I'm calling for whoever think they do know it all or know better. That's all. If you think you do know better and you can, verbally express it better, I'm calling for you. Uncle Cam wants you. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Man, I seen Ahmad Jabril say people such and such everything about slavery except the thing that was used to enslave us. That's bars right there. Jamila, he needs to learn how to express himself and get his point across. I mean, he probably is able to get his point across to whatever grade level of people that that he's surrounded by. Some people are great kindergarten teachers. They can really relate to kindergarten children or preschool students or whatever. But if you're dealing with professors, then then that's not the arena for you. It's not the arena for you. Daniel Walters, the Bible has definitely been tampered with since it was created. It is even documented times that it's been tampered with throughout history. Hey, man, that's a lie. The Holy Spirit didn't say that. The book didn't say that. So you lying, Daniel. I'm going to have to block you because you're lying now, because the Bible don't say that the Bible was tampered with. And all we need to do is read the Bible. And if the Bible says it, then we got to figure out how to make it make sense because the Bible says it. So I'm trying not to mock. I'm not mocking God. I'm clearly challenging and calling for anybody to prove what they claim in the Bible. So I don't want to hear quotes and scriptures. If you say that greater works shall ye do, and you actually believe that Jesus rose Lazarus from the dead after being physically dead for 4 days to the point where Lazarus was stinking because he was dead for 4 days, and he walked on water and healed this and healed that in the miraculous way that you said he did it. And then you said greater works shall you do. if you who believe on me, you know what I'm saying, with just the faith of a mustard seed. It didn't say you got to believe with your whole mind, heart, soul, strength. Oh, it don't even say that. It say just with the faith of a mustard seed, Christians, that you're supposed to say to the mountain, be ye removed, and it would be so. You can move a mountain with the faith of a mustard seed like Jesus did. Or you could say to the whatever sycamore tree or some kind of tree, be ye uprooted and planted in the middle of the ocean. So I've been alive for 55 years, and I've been studying, researching, you know what I'm saying, any kind of documentation within the last 2024 years since Jesus supposed to have been ascended to the Father at the right hand of the Father. And all the Christians in history for the last 2024 years have never done equal or greater works than you say Jesus did. Equal or greater miracles than you say Jesus did. Absolutely none. Zero. So that means there are no real Christians, right? Because none of them have done equal or greater than Jesus. So don't that mean they ain't real believers because they ain't done equal or greater than Jesus? So what are we talking about? Yeah, I'm using the Bible to prove that. The Bible say greater works than Jesus. I mean, I can see if you're saying of John the Baptist or James or Judas or something, you're saying greater works than Jesus, not greater works than Judas, greater works than Jesus. Whoa. So y'all supposed to be the X-Men around here. Christians are supposed to be doing so many supernatural, superhero power miracles. It's supposed to be straight the Avengers, straight Professor X Xavier College, Jesus. But the fact that ain't one in history since 2024 years and prior never proved to do no miracle nowhere close. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying on anybody? Am I lying on anybody? That's why I'm calling for the challenge, the Elijah Baal Prophet Showdown Challenge with anybody that say that, you know, well, your God ain't the real God. You know how we prove that? Because you're never going to believe in my God, right? I'm never going to believe in your God, right? But you're going to still talk your talk. I'm still doing our nation business. Now, you know, I'm not focusing on trying to diss that, but I'll shut you up real quick by challenging you and daring you to let's invoke the curse of whoever the real God is. If my God is real God, curse the liars. If your God is the real God, curse the liars out of me and you. And do it publicly. And like I said, broadcast it. Y'all don't want that. Cold thing is, you know, I've been doing that. That's the cold thing. It just ain't been publicly. And I'm still here. Pushing this harder than I ever was pushing. Why am I still here? I'm not going to speak on the others because I haven't heard from them in years. I don't know if they still here or not. I don't know what their condition is or not, but they ain't, you know, they ain't nowhere to be found. So, yeah, man. And it don't mean, like I said, I'm not bragging on me. I have to brag on the God. I have to challenge for the God's sake. Man, you ain't supposed to test God or tempt God. I'm not tempting God. I'm tempting you. I'm not testing God. I'm testing your God. Testing you and your God. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what the Jesus is doing. Are you going to accept it or not? No, of course you're not. Then hush. Hush the rest of that up. Hush the rest of all that stuff up. That's how you got to deal with that. All this typing, all this stenography, all this court secretary typing. It's incredible. Like I said, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. It's entertaining, but you know, every day that I have to do this and I got to struggle to have somebody to get on and have some testicles. That's tiring. I'd rather just delete you. I'd rather just block y'all off this channel. Just gonna block y'all, and then I'll make it up to Big Steel and Glasses or whatever. I had to delete and block a few people because it just was wasting time. They was insulting our intelligence. That's what I'll do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. This just YouTube. This ain't real life anyway, right? It don't matter. This is just YouTube. This don't affect you in real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a character. I don't really live this. Man, do your thing, man. Black, feel more black, man. Appreciate you as always. Appreciate you. I'm riding for you. I'm one of your soldiers. That's what I'm here for. Y'all know I ain't representing myself. I'm Farrakhan soldiers, but I'm, Farrakhan is our servant. He's here, giving his life for us. So if he give his life for us, then I'm gonna give my life for us. So I appreciate you. Love you. Feel more black, 50, and all of y'all. And if y'all want to take me up on my challenge, I don't expect that. I won't hold my breath, just like I don't hold my breath on none of this other stuff. And I don't even want to, like, it's cold. Like, I don't even want to post this. Like, these things make me not even want to post this. Because I just be blowing hot air, and now it's making me seem like I'm complaining and bitter. And first I'm bitter at Ice Cube and the rappers. Now I'm bitter at y'all. And you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, God is bitter, apparently. That's why I stick to God business. God is bitter. That's why it's going to be a Armageddon, war of Armageddon, and nations was angry, and wars and rumors of wars and famine and pestilence, and Revelations chapter 8 all the way to Revelations chapter 11 talks about how God and his angels, God's angels, 7 angels of God around the throne, not devils, not Satan, not demons, but God's righteous, holy 7 angels around the throne is going to start opening books and breaking seals and blowing trumpets and deleting the 1/3 of the life on the planet, the people on the planet and the life on the planet. So apparently these righteous guys don't love everybody like y'all say they do. God is love. God is love. Not according to Revelations, he ain't. Not according to Revelations, he ain't. God is love. God is love. Not according to Revelations chapter 8 all the way to Revelations chapter 11, he ain't. Read it. But hey, man, what do I know? I'm a Muslim with a fake God. Right. But, we here keeping each other company. Let me get you off of here, man. I'm tired of looking at you. Man, I'll be wondering how I'm going to respond. There you go. American Negro News, please support and share the stream. And also you can click if you want more information about what I've been representing and what I've been involved in for the last 34 years. Go to noi.org. All that good stuff. Just for information, not to become no Muslim. No, you ain't got to become no Muslim. Just get the information. Just get your sword sharp. Sharpen your sword. Oh, man. All guests are now required to authenticate. Has been kicked to the return. They need to next YouTube. All right. Well, that's what that is. So I guess I'm going 10 more minutes. I'm going to 3. I'm gonna do it a complete 3 hours. So we here chilling. What else? This is what he was talking about: ionic colloidal silver. westcoastcam.com. I don't make medical claims, but if you go on my website, you can see what this is about. I'm not a medical professional. I do not make medical claims. I'm a researcher. I'm independent researcher, independently experiment on myself. And, from my own personal experience, ionic colloidal silver is definitely something that we all should have and look into and do a little study and research on. westcoastcam.com. You can check it out. Lynn Young, God is not bitter. It's just going to pay wicked people what they deserve. I think that can be called bitter. You know what I'm saying? The opposite of love. Wrath is definitely bitter. Angry, if he's wrathful, that's definitely bitter. Ain't nothing wrong with saying that. Christians don't mind saying he's jealous. I would never say that. I wouldn't say he's jealous. But y'all can say he's jealous. I can say he's bitter. Jealous sound lame as a mug. Jealous? Jealous of who? I made everybody. I created everybody. How the hell I'm going to be jealous? That's not a good word. Yeah. Lynn Young, right? So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the story of Noah in Genesis. And let me see if I can find something of it. Bible story of Noah. Right. The Lord regretted. Let me see. I need the King James. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. It repented the Lord. The Lord repented. Who is he repenting to if he's the only creator and he's the one created him? Do he got a split personality? He have schizophrenia? It repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. It grieved him and he repented. And the Lord said, I don't know who he said it to, I will destroy man whom I've created. Wow. If you God and you can control people's thoughts and minds, and you don't like evil, but you created evil, but you don't like evil, he said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth. Not I will punish him so he can learn the lesson so he can be right. No, I will just wipe him all the way out. Both man and beast and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air. Well, I don't know what they had to do with it, but that's interesting. Why are you going to wipe out the animals and you mad at the man? But you created them all. For it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Did that sound bitter? Don't that sound kind of bitter? Don't hit me with no. These are specific literal words. I don't know portion is necessary. It ain't no portions necessary. I'm reading this portion that specifically details his sentiment, his feelings, and his actions based on his feelings. Ain't no other portions I need to be reading, right? If we talking about bitter, that's pretty bitter. That's pretty bitter. You know what I'm saying? So bitter that he had some, let me find something else. Hold on. Since we're going to go there. This is good for the next few minutes. Bible. Okay. since we're going to go there, let's go to Isaiah 42:14. You know, we ain't turning into no Bible class, but just to make a point. Just to make a point. God ain't bitter, but he says, I have for a long time held my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. But now will I cry out like a woman in labor, and I will destroy and devour at once. Does that sound bitter? I have a long time held my peace and been still and refrained myself, but now I will cry like a travailing woman. God cries like a woman in labor? Like, what that sound like? What that sound like? It's in the Bible. Why do God need to be crying like a woman in labor? And then what he does after crying like a woman in labor is destroy and devour at once, like he did with the people of Noah. That don't sound bitter. That don't sound like super emotional, hyper emotional. Why he need to do that if he created everything? So he's mad that he's trying to build a sand castle in the wind, and the ocean came and knocked it down. He just throw, you know what I'm saying, throw a tantrum. Like what's going on here? What is that? It's so many I can go into. There's so many. I was born and raised in the Bible. I know the Bible like the back of my hand, like Johnny Yola knows them strip clubs. Knows these places like the back of his hand. You know, Johnny Yola brought me here. Old man Roth would never come here. Y'all that know what that's from. Boy. So you might not want to try to fade me on the Bible thing, because all you're gonna do is keep trying to, you know, gymnastically dance and say words mean something else with that they don't mean. This is you have to know that this is what led me to the nation. This thing that y'all are holding on to is actually what led me to the nation. All the Christian pastors that told me that you looking too deep into it and you possessed with the devil and you just supposed to believe it because I said it because it's in the Bible. Absolutely not. Y'all made me the Muslim that I am. Y'all made me the Muslim I am. Y'all made Malcolm X the Muslim that he was. The vicious studier, the precise critical thinker, you know what I'm saying? The verbal slayer. Boy, thank God that y'all made us like this. Daniel, if we being real, the King James Version of the Bible is a portion of the Hebrew Bible constructed to be easier for King James's people. A whole lot is missing and a whole lot was changed. Yeah, I don't even know what it was. I heard about Constantine and First Council of Nicaea, and I heard that didn't apply. I heard King James was rainbow, and then I heard that he's not. Like, it's just too much he say, she say, when I can read what it say and I can say, oh no, this is not natural. This is not provable. This is not realistic. This is not reality. There's no basis or foundation to believe this. It take a brain. All it takes is a brain that got oxygen in it. You know what I'm saying? So you're not brain dead. It just takes a brain with oxygen in it to be able to easily tell what's tampered with and what's not. Malcolm X was only ahead of his time because he had a teacher that was directly taught by God. All of the students of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was on that level. Malcolm was just the mouthpiece. If you knew anything about how brilliant and how precise the laborers and the ministers and the FOI of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was, then you would know Malcolm was just one of them. Malcolm was just one of them. Imad Jibril, he had no business telling the original people of this planet anything. So, and that's all just distraction. That's all talking about history and researching, source. My sources told me. I don't care none of that. I don't care about none of that, because revelation can't be researched. The thing that God says he's coming with in the last day that he's going to reveal to the people, he's going to reveal to the Messiah, you can't research. The secrets of God, you cannot research. The mystery of God, you cannot research, because it was never released to the population. Revelations 10:7. Let me find that. Revelations 10:7. I can get it on if I wanted to. I just don't want to because it's not worth it. Revelations 10:7. It says, in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound. I know it's somewhere. Where is that at? And you making me kick my rap verse memory kicking in, because I have to make myself forget this stuff so I can just sleep at night. But if you're gonna stir it up, then I'll get back to memory. But Revelations 10:7. But in the days when the seventh angel is about to sound. Oh, now this supposed to be King James. I know that's wrong because I know. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound. This is Revelations 10:7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, talking about the future, not the past. This didn't happen back then. It's just telling you what's going to happen in our time today. In those days coming in the future, in the days of the voice, not the vision, not the dream, the voice. Where do voices come from? In the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he, meaning testicles, meaning man, meaning human being, when he shall begin to sound, not when he finished, not in the middle, just in the beginning when he shows up, whoever this seventh angel he is that got a voice. The mystery of God should be finished. No mystery. No, I don't know, and I can't answer that, and there's certain things we just ain't meant to explain, and it's unexplainable. Bull-ish. The mystery of God. That's a definite article statement, not this part of the God or this aspect. The whole thing is just the mystery of God should be finished, as he has declared to his servants, the prophets. So if I'm asking you, you know God better than I know God, and your God is the real God, and I'm asking you detailed, specific questions about who, what, where, when, why, how your God is, and you can't answer them. And then you ask me the same thing, and I can't answer, but you say, oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. You crazy. Okay, but I'm actually answering. And we actually got works and proof and scientific, above top secret subject matter that verifies, all of this. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was arrested, I think in 1942, and all of his schematics and his drawings of this mother plane, UFO big wheel, was confiscated. Why? And then he was asked about it. Why? Why is that? Because they knew the mystery of God was finished with us. They knew he really met with the real God face to face, as a man speaketh to his friend. And he gave him the revelation, the secrets that you cannot research nowhere. It's called revelation, right? Where do y'all claim the Bible verses even came from? Was it, you researched it from somebody else? Well, where did it originally come from? Oh, it came from the angel of the Lord. Oh, so before the angel of the Lord, it wasn't able to be researchable because it wasn't revealed, right? So God stopped revealing, stuff back then. But the Bible says the most important, most profound secrets is going to be revealed at the end of the time by some seventh angel. Who is the seventh angel? It's a he. Do ghosts have penises and testicles. So we identifying everybody. That's why I'm calling for these fades that nobody's showing up for. That's why everybody calling, ain't nobody showing up for it. Ain't nobody taking me up on that challenge. Why? I want to see too. Much hell as I went through for this. Hey, man, take me out. If you ain't the real God and I've been wasting my time all these years, take me out. If they God is the real God, get me out of here. That's my spirit. That's my position. Don't that make sense? Get me out of here. Make your God get me out of here. And on the same token, be willing to let my God get you up out of here. That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. LeVar Anderson, the mystery of God is a man who came in the person of Master Farrakhan Muhammad. Absolutely. He's the one that revealed the mystery. He's the one that revealed the secret identity of God in man, as man and woman. Disprove it. You got a greater God? Show me any creature, any entity, any being that's greater than man. I'll wait. All you're going to be able to do is, well, who created this? Like, well, that's not what we're talking about. Show me any being that you claim to believe in, that you pray to, the God you pray to, that's something other than man. Pray to that God. I'm going to pray to this man, and let's see what the results are. Why would you be so scared of that? Why would you be so scared of witchcraft or whatever you think this is, voodoo or some demon, whatever? Like, if it's not the real God, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If it is the real God, then you got everything to worry about. I'm not worried about your God. I'm not worried about your God cursing me. I'm not worried about no other God on this earth or in the heavens or in the universe or wherever cursing me. Let's prove it. Let me prove it. But I want to prove it with you. Because I know I've been proving it for 30 years already. You just ain't been doing it. You just ain't did it. And if you say you've been doing it just as long with your God, then let's do a showdown. That's how you solve that. It's simple. We love fades until it's time to really fade. But yeah, that's it, I guess. I done went over 3 hours, so let me go on and tap in with my family. Man, much love and respect. I wish I had more for y'all, man, but hopefully you get something out of this. You learn how to roar like the lion, the natural lion that you are, with the backup of the real, true, and living God. That's all. This is all in your favor. It's not trying to bring you to some strange Arab this or strange. No, they trying to bring us to something strange. Like, no, your God and all of his history is always going to bring a messenger speaking your language. He's not going to require you to learn no other damn language. You got the enemy on your neck. You got the Pharaoh's army wiping you out. You got the Red Sea behind you, and he going to require you to learn Arabic or Hebrew or Aramaic or something. Man, please. I don't even know English. No, God gonna come speak in whatever language his poor illiterate people speak. So I dare you. Anyway, blessings to you. I'm trying to show you the true and living God and the love that he really has for us. He don't require us to be foreign. That's a foreign. I'm exotic. I'm over here. I got this line. I'm learning. No, first things first. If you can't teach me about my God in my language, in my bastard little slave master language, then I don't need him. He's, Not gonna do nothing for me. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, man, it's Campaign Trail, and this is me speaking into our pain. My pain is your pain. That's why it's my pain, because it's our pain that's still languishing, that's still agonizing in mental death and ignorance and rebellion and confusion. So your pain is my pain. That's why I feel pain, because you feel pain of being mentally dead and ignorant and not having this glorious confidence and power, you know what I'm saying, of the true and living God backing you up. Your mind, you know, once you feed on higher food and better food, you're going to love yourself. You're going to love your people. You're going to love God, and you're going to realize it's not religion. It's not about religion. You're going to understand that we all cells and atoms and molecules of God, and what holds us together is love. The force, gravity, electromagnetism that holds us together is love. Love, righteous love. So on that note, man, I love y'all. Peace. And God willing, until tomorrow, Campaign Trail, outro.